G'day, legends, and yeah, Manny's got an echo. I'm just going to put you on mute for a second, brother. All right, it's just me and Age for now. Manny will come back. How is everyone? I know we all feel like shit, and we're going to talk about it, man. This game, man, absolutely fucked, mate. I can't believe how uncomposed we were, panicky, no composure, just from experienced players as well, man. No cohesion. Like you could tell, it looks like we tried our hearts out, and we won the clearances, but we're just so fucking shit in transition, man. I mean, what happened to our fucking skills, mate? Fuck me dead. I don't know, man. We just it feels like we're a slow team with no X factor forward of the ball. What do you say, man? Nicky Boy, we rely on him so much, like 93% time on ground. You know, we rely on him so much. So many things to talk about, man. Fuck, 16 points up again, like in the third quarter. He takes fucking. We go 16 points up. He takes Nick and Josh off. I don't know, man. You're 16 points up. Go for the fucking kill, man. The pod in his debut was okay, but the skunk and pod up forward, it's fucking slow, man. Slow. They seem to be getting the ball out very easily, man. And yeah, a lot of shit to talk about. How are you, Age?
I'm great, Mick. I'm doing all right.
You're great.
Look, not super angry, not super disappointed. I sort of thought tonight we would put up a good effort, or today. Look, can't question the effort. I think they were really trying today. Look, I think it's just the reality of where we sit now. I think we sort of this is our lot this year. We're going to be a middle of the road team. We'll have to be plucky. We haven't been really plucky. Today was a great opportunity, put ourselves in a position to win the game. And like you said, just lack of composure, really. Started panicking a lot in the fourth quarter. I noticed there was just a lot of panic kicking and a lot of dump kicks and just handballs to no one, really. Struggled to link up. They dialed up the pressure ever so slightly, and we just weren't able to go with them, which has generally been our one wood the last few years. We sort of match teams in pressure and stuff like that. Just seems like they were a little bit hungrier today. Look, disappointing to lose from the position we were in. A few positives of the night, but yeah, mainly really just I think we know where we sort of sit now, and that's the God honest truth.
Yeah, it is, man. There are some positives. Ed Allen had another good game. That's the one we can persist with now. I thought Harvey Harrison was good. Fucking Frampton was an absolute monster. But there's a lot of shit too, man. I'm sure we'll get through all of it, man. Let's try Manny again, see if the echo's gone. Yasuri Malaka. Yeah, the echo's still there, brother. Yeah, man. Mate, what's going on with the audio, mate? All right, look, I've just put him on mute again.
No, take me off for tonight. You've gone with it, and fucking we'll get on next time.
Right, yeah, try and sort it out. Try and get on later if you can, brother.
All right, yes.
But yeah, with the echo, forget about it, mate. It's
no, forget about it. You gone with it. You said it all before anyway. There, you said everything.
Yeah.
You said it all on there. I heard you. All right, yes, bro.
All right, pal.
Be on
nice.
Yeah.
Catch up. All right. I've got Anthony B. I'll keep on. How are you, Anthony?
Oh, Mick, our season's just it was kind of felt it was coming in a way. That close loss.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had the feeling in that at 3/4 time, I just did not have a good feeling about that. It's from the season that we've had so far. I've lost trust in our main guys to get the job done, man. And
yeah.
the thing is, man, like all right, we've got Port coming up at the MCG, but the way we're playing, man, we lose that. It would not surprise me. And after that, who we got? Richmond. I don't know who we got after that, but yeah.
Yeah,
Man, go Anthony. Yep.
I was going to say, I think we've underestimated how different our side is this year than last year because our whole forward line's like brand new. Like we haven't got Checkers, Cox, Hill, or Elliott in there. Like it's a brand new forward line, so that probably explains
Yep.
a bit of the cohesion concern right there. Like it's like these close losses. Yes, you can train them, but we have a new group out there, and this team hasn't played together a lot. So
Mm.
often these close games, you have to drill down where you have to stand, where you have to be. Harrison's over here, or Nick's
Yeah.
over here, but this team's not hasn't gelled yet. So that probably explains the whole close loss thing. And I honestly think that we just haven't trained that fast ball use that much. It kind
Yeah.
of seems a bit rusty.
Yeah.
So whenever we try to play fast, there's an errant handball, there's a bad kick, it just doesn't come off.
Mm.
Well, then Melbourne go back and they just slice through us like crazy,
Yeah.
But look, there are some good signs. Like Allen, this is probably Allen's breakout game, I think. Allen stays in. He was so good today in the middle.
Yeah.
There's still the same concerns with the back line. Like if we play this fast game style, of course we'll get opened up more, but there's still problems with Josh Dacos, and Houston can't really defend properly. So that's sort of, I don't know. We've got to address that. And I'll just say, I think Sidebottom might be it. I think that, looking at the result, I think our year's over right now.
Yeah.
I was saying it from pre-game that we must win today to have any chance of making a run at it, and I think it's over. So I think Sidebottom's done this year. Play the kids, and we'll give them a farewell game at the end of the season. But there's not much you can say really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, I was at the game. It was a pleasure to catch up with Adrian for the first time. It was good to meet Age.
You too, Mick.
Yeah, man. So right from the offset, look, this was just my feeling. We seemed flat from the start. Right from that, when we got the ball out and Geordie fucking just shanked it out of bounds, or he missed the target or something, I'm thinking, fuck, here we go. And then Cozzy gets a goal straight away, and then fucking shooters dropping a fucking easy mark 10 meters, 20 meters out that would have got us a goal. Then Brusney gets injured. And then Nick did that magic goal, and I thought, all right, okay, here we go. And then he did this beautiful pass to Geordie, and we got a goal. And then the pod scored a goal, and the crowd went fucking nuts. That's the first really big cheer we had in the game. And I thought, all right, here we go. But we just couldn't get away from it, man. A lot of fucked up forward opportunities. Nick started turning the ball over. Checkers. I don't know. I didn't see it myself. I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened there. If you guys can enlighten me on what happened, like it just happened so fast. People are telling me he went head first, like he was about to get tackled, and he went head. Yeah, is that what happened? He went head first.
Yeah,
into
I think Frampton had him tackled, and he lowered his knees, put his head right towards Frampton's knee, and I think Frampton's knee just got him. So there was no malice from Frampton at all. Like Frampton did nothing wrong in that effort. So it was just Yeah, it was unlucky. Unlucky.
Yeah. And then the inevitable crowd mentality of the D supporters booing Frampton after that. It's like, come on, guys, man. Seriously? After that, we've got the regular Lipper fumbles, McStay missing shots, and it's the usual shit, man. I'm just going through my notes right now. Steele kicked a good goal in the start of the first half. Howie takes 2 good intercepts on Bailey Fritsch, and I'm thinking, okay, there's something happening here. We get 16 points up. But I noticed Pendles had a very weird game,
Yeah,
Benny Zero pointed it out to me, handballing to
he was
players'
horrible
feet.
tonight.
Yeah, he had a stinker. And that's the thing with Pendles, man. Like, a lot of people say they've never seen Pendles play a stinker. Well, there you go.
There you go.
And, like, look, man, he's an absolute legend, mate. You can forgive him for that. It just is what it is, man. And then some bullshit. Melbourne had the ball. They're going forward. Fucking Cozzy Pickett fucking acts like he's injured. The umpire stops the play. Yeah, and then they get a goal out of that. It's like, what the fuck's going on, man? Oh, man, that pissed me off. Last quarter, Buller took a nice contested mark on Gawn, which was nice to see because earlier in the game, Gawn took a intercept mark and on Buller, and Buller didn't even contest him, so it was a good little comeback for him there. There was a moment. Look, Shooter. I know I love Shooter. Everyone loves Shooter. I love Shooter, man. But the guy's he's not classy, man. He'll tackle. He'll harass. He'll smother. But you know what? When the ball's in his hands, there was an opportunity for him to snap a goal in that last quarter, and he was too rushed. He had time. There was no one next to him, mate. He could have turned around and looked at the goals and snapped it, but he just blindly just went for the quick snap and he just fucking shanked it. I wrote this down on my notes. I can't watch this shit. Yeah, that last quarter, man. The amount of times I was edging my way towards the turnstiles to get the fuck out of it. But then Gus Anderson scored his regulation last quarter fucking belter of a goal, and we're back in it. And then 2 misses, man, 2 crucial misses by McStay and Geordie, and that was it, mate. I was edging my way to the turnstiles, and the last thing I saw on the TV screen near the turnstile was Cozzy Pickett celebrating after kicking the sealer. And I'm like, the only good thing to come out of this is I get to go on the first train, and I've got a nice, comfortable seat back home, man. That was the positive of the night, mate. Oh, fuck me.
Couldn't have said it better, mate. Couldn't have said it better. It just felt like that last quarter we were just had our opportunities still, obviously, but just I had fears. I just said, they're starting to break a few tackles here. They're starting to look inboard a fair bit. Like it was sort of the writing on the wall. We had those plucky opportunities. We couldn't take them. Could have flipped the result in the end, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's where we are as a club this season, and it was a must win today. As must win as they get was today, and we fall short. So I think that sort of tells you where we sort of sit this year, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because Melbourne have sort of been dropping off a little bit the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks, and I wouldn't say we've been building, but we've been closer in games. We've been showing a little bit more, and you still can't get it done. So it just comes back to what we've always said. There's just something, that 5%, whatever it is, it's not there. The last quarter, I sort of thought, well, who's going to stand up? I was just waiting for someone to stand up, and really nobody did. And
No.
as you said, Mick, we're just relying on Nick. That's all it comes down to. I'm looking at the game. He's the only one absolutely gut running. He's cooked, and he's still just trying to run, create overlap. Get some 1-2s, and everyone else is just a bloody statue around him. So, look, it's all the things we already know to be true. Just we're not there. We're not there this year. Look, it's just a matter now of, again, I love seeing kids play. It's not about just chucking all the kids in, but it's about opportunity costs now. So it's like, okay, well, a guy like Sidebottom, is he worth bringing back straight away, or is he worth having 2 or 3 weeks out just to give someone else an opportunity? These are I think that's the stage of the season we're at now. Just make even Pendlebury, poor couple weeks. Even after the bye, maybe just give him an extra week off. Just to give someone else an opportunity. Just these little things now we're going to have chances to do, and I hope the club takes it, because we're just
They
not
won't.
there.
They won't do it, man. We're still in a position where we can qualify. So Fly's just going to persist. Like, the kids will get played, but it's not like he's going to make a decision and say, okay, Sidey, we're done with you. Lipper, we're done with you. Crisp or anything like that. It's going to be the same. It's going to be we're going to see the same shit for the rest of the next 3 winnable games, and that's just the way it is, man. We're not going to see, like, I wouldn't even be a fan of it myself, like wholesale changes, because I don't want to see us go from having close ones every week to getting belted because we've got TJ and fucking Jacob Ryan running around just for the sake of having him there, But look, most of us had the feeling that this was going to be a transition year. But I don't think we were, like, me personally, I wasn't prepared to, like I said, it was going to most likely be a transition year. I'm a bit of I'm talking shit because I tipped us to finish 6th, but in my heart, I knew we weren't going to probably finish 6th. Yeah. Go, Anthony, go.
One of the biggest moments that I think just epitomizes today and how we've gone from that close finish king to this crap is, like, in 22, if we have a kick out, we'll kick it on the wing and we'll get some run. And this time, Nick just bombed the torpedo in the middle and Gorn marked it. Like, there was zero composure. It was a big bomb. So we've lost that. I don't know if it's just we aren't training it or there's no cohesion there, but we're just bombing it and handball linked to people's feet, and the whole team just looks a bit out of sync right now. And I honestly reckon, to make it the best, like to get the most out of the year, we have to just embrace where we are. So don't try and build it up to be a wild card team or keep old guys in. We have to embrace it. We have to play some kids now, embrace where we are. And then I honestly reckon we aren't far away. So if we just maybe have half a year of this and get some good players in next year via trades, honestly, like, we're probably 1 or 2 years away of being a better team. So I would love to have Swaddling in, give Ryan a go, and just call the year how it is.
Yeah. Let's talk about the positives about today. Yeah. From what we can take, apart from me getting the early train, it was Ed Allen. Ed Allen was a positive today. I reckon. Look, Cozzy fucking destroyed us, but at times I reckon Ed Allen looked all right on him. And what did he get? He got it. I haven't seen the stats. I'll get them up actually. 1 second. 1 second. 21 positives, which is pretty good for, he's showing it. Yeah, a lot of us wrote him off. at the start of the year. But he's doing all right. The other one is, he didn't have a fantastic game, but he did all right. Harvey Harrison and 11 positives there, but looked, looked classy. But I just really, I'm praying that he doesn't get dropped now to facilitate Sidey coming in. If that happens, that'll just be a fucking letdown, man. These guys, they just need to be. You just need to keep them in, man. The pod, kicked that nice goal in that first quarter, man, and the crowd went absolutely fucking nuts, and the players got around him. But then he missed a fucking sitter from about 30 metres out, man. And I'm thinking, man, I understand. I'll forgive you, but it's been the story, man, this year so far. Shots missed at crucial stages that have stopped us from killing teams off. It's happened. I don't want to go through every game, but all these close games, we've missed fucking gettable shots, and it's just that year, man. It's just that fucking year. Injuries, missed opportunities, and it's left us in the position we are. We're not getting belted every week, but at the same time, we should be, we've had opportunities where we could have sealed these games, earlier, but no.
We never put a team away. Like it's the same old story every round. Like we had them up 16 points. We just can't get 2 more goals on them. Like we can never do that, and it always like as soon as Melbourne got it back to even, I knew he was over then. Done. Yeah.
It just seems it's kind of like it feels like a mixture of 2021 and 2024 this year, man. Just not getting results and injuries, man. It's just but another positive was Peza. Good to see Peza back, and he was good. He was classy as usual. Does anyone know what Benny's talking about here? Have a say. You get opinions on that umpire stoppage nonsense. Is that the one I brought up before about when they stopped the play because Cozzy fucking went down? I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
I always thought the rule was if that happens, they throw the ball up. Wasn't
it? Yeah. They must have
yeah.
fucked that up somehow. I don't know what happened there. Everyone was confused around me. It's like, what's going on? You're going to give him a free kick, so now, come on, man.
Yeah, I didn't understand what happened there because my understanding was that it was always the umpire just marks the spot and throws the ball up unless it was a mark obviously or a free kick or something. I just don't understand. I've never seen that before, so clearly it must be what's done, but I just don't know. Just to go on about the positives again as well, I must say, and I spoke about it last night, and Darcy Cameron, and you look at our the ruck set up and that, of course, Gawn's still won the day. Gawn's a champion. But Darcy Cameron, that's as close to, that 60-40 I was talking about as what you're going to get, look, it's you look at our stoppage numbers and our clearance numbers and stuff like that, and it doesn't read like we got slaughtered. I think we bloody even won. We might have won them for the first time in forever. So, just a little positive there. But obviously, it doesn't mean much when you still lose the game. But I thought his effort was a little bit better today. I'm not sure what really happened. Maybe a bit of the rocket uppy. Maybe you heard a bit of the noise during the week. Just a little bit more competitive in there, and you reference Ed Allen, but other than Nick, I was prepared to say that I reckon Ed was probably our second best player out there tonight. I thought he was super. He took the game on a fair bit. He broke a few lines. He burst out of a couple of packs. I think it was during the third quarter. This one moment, he just wrenched the ball off the dirt and off he went, and everyone else
Yeah.
was sort of flat-footed, and he just bloody burst away with the footy. I said, beauty, this is the shit we want to see. And you know what? This is as a result of the continuity he's had in that position. This is all it is. It's confidence and continuity. He's been given the opportunity for a consistent amount of time now, and he's starting to show what he can do. And I hope and pray that we haven't left it too long and his head's already been turned to go elsewhere, because I think he will be a bloody good player now. And I'd be shattered if he turned around now and said he wanted to go elsewhere, because it looks like he might be a player. But like I said, if that does bloody happen, we've got one bloke we can point the finger at.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to get Nate Talks Pies on. He's backstage. I'll get him on. How are you, buddy?
Devastated as usual.
Yeah.
We'll get through it.
Oh man, it's where do we stand, mate? Where are we going from here, man?
I'll be selfish and I'll just get out of the way. And I'm happy for people to give me shit for this. That's the thing that sucks. This season isn't over, and that's the thing that's pissing me off. It's just one big season, one gigantic blue balls right now. And we've got a decent fixture after the bye. We can win these games, and it's like it doesn't mean anything. It only means something if we take a scalp. And that's where we're at. We can't beat teams above us, but we can beat teams beneath us, barely. And it's just delaying the bloody inevitable. Can I just point something out? I'm not sure if anyone else has pointed this out, but the first 5 minutes of this game, Cozzy Pickett starts the game like a house on fire, kicks the first 2 goals. Melbourne's 2 goals, 2-14. Ed Allen was on the bench first 5 minutes, comes on, plays on Cozzy Pickett, and does a damn good job. Like he doesn't he doesn't nullify him or anything like that, but Ed Allen has a decent midfield lesson against Cozzy Pickett. Obviously, the final quarter, we need to release the shackles. We can't have hard tags and whatnot. We need to win the game, so I understand that. Cozzy Pickett kicks the match-winning goal. But I just think the first 5 minutes, start the game, put Ed Allen on Cozzy Pickett at the start of the game. You just never know with things like that. So nitpicking, I know Ed Allen had a very good game. I know you guys have touched on this earlier, but we could have, it's another game we could have won. Another game could have stopped opposition strengths. And here we are, licking our wounds, another close loss.
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
Yeah. You know, my thoughts before the game were that fucking hell, everything has gone wrong for us this year, like luck-wise, It's got to turn. You know, it's the law of averages says this can't keep going on, man.
Well, another thing as well, I think the opposite's going to happen. God help us. We're either going to lose a game after the siren or a bottom team's going to beat us. So we may think, it's going to turn around. No, I'm thinking the opposite. I think it's going to get worse. And when it does happen, it's finally the nail in the coffin. We accept our fates and, we go from there.
We'll just go through some of the players. Nicky Boy, another lazy 30-plus game, kicked 2 goals, 93% game time. That's more than usual for, I assume, for a midfielder. Fuck, he must be absolutely cooked. Worked hard, did his best. In the last few minutes, he got pinned holding the ball. I have no qualms with that, man. He was trying to win the game for us because no one else was. There was no other X Factor player willing to fucking say, I'm going to fucking try and win this game. And he did, man. And he got pinned. And it was ball all day. He did do a couple of turnovers. But that's Nick, man. There was a couple of times where he fucking threaded the needle through fucking 3 players and found Geordie and someone else, I can't remember. But he kicked his 2 goals, man. There's nothing bad we can say about Nick. He tries his heart out. Should be the captain, and please just trying to look into my crystal ball into the future, and please, man, quickly, mate, within 2 years, fucking manufacture some sort of situation where we can augment this side with some fucking A-graders and to help him out, man, because he's our only A-grader, and it's showing every week, man. He's the man, mate, and Manny always says it. You know, he doesn't want to see another game where it's Nicky and Geordie, our best players, and Geordie had another good game, I would say. We'll get to him. Josh was better today.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was better, but we all just want to see him on the wing, man, or, in some sort of midfield role. He's still playing that hybrid halfback, role kind of thing. Yeah. But he was better. I'll give him that. He was better today. He was long bombing it, yeah, as Manny says. That's true. Fuck me dead. Are you kidding me? Lipinski had 28 losses. Fucking hell, mate.
I'm just waiting for that moment to be brought up in the final quarter. Oh, I can't defend
14th
that.
minute mark.
Yeah.
14th minute mark. If anyone wants to go watch it.
Yeah. Can you enlighten us on what exactly happened? Because I reckon I missed that. Is that the one that you were talking about on the members' wing?
Pussy
Adrian?
shit is what that was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I missed it, man, because I was probably just fucking had my head in my hands, or I probably was walking off. And it was probably on the way from the standing area towards the turnstiles, and I didn't see it on the tally, on one of the tallies. What exactly happened there?
Would have been a regulatory, probably chest mark, dropping down chest mark. He just had to put himself in a position where he potentially would have got sandwiched afterwards. Instead, he shirked the issue and he took a sidestep, mate. And that's all you need to know about it, okay? And I know in Anthony's stream before, in the chat and that, I know it's a provocative topic, but I want a guy that's willing to get knocked out for this club, not a guy that wants to shirk the issue when it's time for him to go, mate. You don't get to choose when you get to go. Sometimes you just have to go, and you're going to get sandwiched, you're going to get crunched. You have to go. And some people are saying he got called out of it. Please. We've got so many examples where he does this stuff. If it was a guy that went every time and pulled out, so Shooter, for example, if it was Shooter who was in that position and he shirked, I'd believe someone saying that he got called out of it. But when it's a guy that does it every week, he didn't get called out, mate. He shirked the issue.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I don't want to see that. I missed it. I didn't see it. And everyone was talking about it, but I don't want to see the vision of that because it'll just fucking make me so angry, man. Fuck, I can't believe he had 28 touches. It wasn't only that, just fumbles as well. That moment, I think it was in the second quarter or the first maybe, him and Bo were out. And the first thing in my mind was, oh, man, this is an absolute lottery now, And it was just butterfingers all the way, man. The ball went out of bounds, and I'm thinking, man, yeah, Lipinski, mate. I don't know how people support him, man. Look, oh man, we need to rejuvenate this team. So he's got to be the one that misses out when Swaddling comes in, man. It's got to be him, mate. And I'd play Parker ahead of him too, man. I know it's not like for like, but you switch the team around. If you're going to take Lipper out, you bring Parker in. Because Parker's a goer, at least. He fucking tries. He tries. He'll put his head over it, and I reckon Parker will be all right after, 25 plus games. Yeah. Who we got? Geordie, man, in career best form as a midfielder. Did okay, but could have scored those goals. Fuck, what do you say, Ben? Someone said it in the chat. I think it was Theo. How ironic is it, Geordie in career best midfield form, but we're fucking dog shit. Oh man.
Takes us back to 2021.
Yeah. Ed Allen, 21 posies. Does anyone know what Ed Allen's best most possessions are in a game?
It was last year against either Hawthorn or North. He had 23, I think, or 24.
Okay. Yeah, positive for Ed. And as Adrian said before, just pray that come near the end of the season, he doesn't say, "Oh, I want to go back to Perth." But from what I hear, he's dating a Melburnian girl, and his brother lives here as well. So hopefully he sticks around because he's tracking very good. He's doing all right. I'll put my hand up, and I didn't write him off at the start of the year, but I just thought, mate, I just can't see it. I just can't see it. Well, I could see it now. I can see, it's clear, mate. He's an inside mid. Give him the roles. He can do a role, man. He was doing all right on Pickett, and he did a role last week as well on the bomb. So, yeah. Who we got? Pezza. 20
Star,
posies.
mate.
Yeah.
Star.
Yeah.
Absolute star. Solid as a rock, that bloke, mate. He did that stupid thing in the last quarter where he could have had a shot at goal, but he instead decided to put on Shooter's head in the pocket or whatever. But other than that, oh, mate, just, geez, talk about a dependable footballer. My God.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's this thing about, you need a full 12 months to, get used to the team, the game plan and all that. He fitted in seamlessly last year. So what's Houston's problem? And we'll get to Houston. We'll get to Dan Houston when we reach him. I've got a few things to say about that because, but Pezza, well done, man. Pendles, 20 posies. Pendles, man. We've seen this year. We've seen fucking fantastic, sensational Pendles, and in the whole time I've been watching this bloke, I've never seen him play a really bad game, but you have to say tonight was a bad game. And you got to forgive him, but he did look slow. His disposal was off, and it's just not happening. It wasn't happening tonight. And like I don't know, some people have hinted give him a week off, but we're getting a week off anyway, man. So come on, only Carlton. You've come on a few times. You've never been, you've never stuck the boots in. This is the first time, mate. You're up and about, huh? You fell in versus Essendon, mate, and you're wrapped. But I'll tell you what, only Carlton, that game yesterday, man, that's evidence, mate. It's a sugar hit, buddy. All right. You're going to play Richmond. You're going to beat Richmond, and he's going to be fucking wrapped, and Rocco's going to be fucking smiling. But, future dynasty team. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries, buddy. Who else we got here? Lockie Schultz, man. Oh, I don't know. It's like fucking the yin and yang with this guy, man. It is, man. He's got no class about him, mate. It's just, all right. I'll go the negatives on Shooter, man. Right at the start of the game, drops an uncontested mark like that. He would have had a shot from fucking 20 metres out. Would have given us a nice start to the game. And then at the end of the game, that snap, man, mate, there's no one around you, mate. You could have had a cup of tea and fucking snapped it through, but he probably thought he was hot and he just fucking went for that quick snap and I don't know, was it out of bounds on the full? I can't remember.
Panic.
But he was bracing for impact, but there was no one there, man.
Yeah,
I think he surprised himself with that miss because he worked his ass off for like 50 meters, struggling that ball up the ground, and then pick it up. Just had a random shot, and surprised himself. Unfortunately,
yeah. Shooters like me in life, I work my fucking ass off. But when it comes to the execution, mate, I fuck up all the time, mate. That's a metaphor, mate, for me.
Okay.
Who else? DC. Now, this is an interesting one. On the eye, it looked like fucking Maxi just fucking destroyed him on the eye. A couple of times, Darcy just grabbed the ball out of the ruck, booted it forward, and they got a goal. Most of the taps were, Maxi got him, and they were getting first use. I thought we set up well for that, and we won the clearances, didn't we? We won the clearances. That's fucking damning, mate. All I'll say with DC is that I think that he wasn't as bad as we thought he would be tonight. His mind.
I wasn't.
Go, Adrian.
No, I was just going to say I wasn't as critical on him today. I thought he was always going to get beaten by Gawn. It was never a consideration of can he match it or what. He was always going to get beaten by Gawn. But I think just overall, I think he looked like he just gave a bit more of a shit. I don't know how to explain it. I think he must have got a talking to during the week because I thought he was a little bit more, showed a little bit more intent in the middle, I think. I think that's more the line I'm going down. But yeah, look, it's still obviously a massive, massive issue. Let's be frank about it.
Yeah. It's the rest of the year is going to be like that, man. We're just going to have to set up defensively, and that's just the way it is. And it's probably been the reason we are where we are, man. DC's getting smashed every week. We had that sugar spike of Oscar Steen in that little cameo of 4 or 5 games where we thought, how fucking good is this? But the poor guy did his knee, and now it's on DC to ruck for the rest of the year. And if he goes down, we've got if he goes down, who is it? Harrison Coe. Who's
not me. It'll be me.
Yeah, may as well be, man.
Yeah.
Because if he goes down, we're starting to think like, all right, are we going to debut this guy Harrison Coe, or do we take Frampton, who's having a career best year as a defender? Do we put him in the ruck, or Illaru Smith, who some people are talking up, but he's only 20 years old and he's ungainly. So, and Coe is injured at the moment as well. So, but I don't want to think like that because DC's not injured. A lot must be going through DC's head, mate. He just had a kid as well the other day, so. But he's a warrior, man. What do you say? Rowan Steele kicked a goal. I thought Langdon beat him, which is, Langdon has been a winger for many, many years. And Rowan Steele's still learning the caper. He did lose the battle, but he tried hard. Can I ask what do you think is Rowan Steele's ceiling how much more can he improve?
I still think there's improvement. Like
Yeah.
he hasn't missed a game this year, and it's another game where it's just under 20 disposals and a goal. Like,
Yeah.
it's crept up in everyone that he's actually he's one of only a few players that has actually improved from last year, and I'm glad we've got him. And I don't think he's going to be an A grade or anything like that, but someone that can average 20 disposals a game, a goal a game, and he's versatile as well. He can actually, if he's not playing on the wing or an attacking wing role, you can move him forward or in a forward pocket or start him on the bench, rotate him through. That's what Craig McRae loves in his players. He wants that versatility, but obviously without playing players out of position. But Roan still has that versatility with him. So, yeah, I don't mind it. I'm not expecting like the world or the next John Noble from this mid-season pickup from him last year. But these sort of performances, I'm happy with it. Up against Ed Langdon, he's going to run all day. He won't go on the bench. So, this will do for me.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a wrap for him. I think he'll never be better than that 16 to 23rd player, but he just fits nicely in that bracket, and sort of guy that'll probably eke out 100 games, and then one day there will be someone that comes along that's probably better than him, and it'll probably be his swan song. But I think for what he's doing now, he's doing enough. In terms of the ceiling, look, you'd hope there's a little bit more to go, but yeah, hard to judge. As Nate said, these sort of guys, you really can't get a good judge on them, really. You just got to see him play. But yeah, look, he's just going to be that sort of fringy guy, really. And right now, he'll probably play for the remainder of the year, which I'm fully in support of. Hopefully we see a little bit more improvement. But yeah, starting to kick a few goals and stuff like that, this is the stuff you want to see. So hopefully he can kick on with it and stuff like that. So yeah. I'm look, your games aren't won or lost on the back of a Roan steal. That's pretty much all it comes down to at the end of the day. He's probably a really coachable player. That's probably why he got a gig so straight away last year. He probably does everything the coach asks of him, and that's it, really. I'm happy with him in there.
And yeah, that's a good thing too. He hits the scoreboard, man. So if he does have a downish game, he'll probably kick a couple of goals. So that's one thing. He knows where the goals are. Q, fuck. What's happening with Q, man? Didn't he look bad when fucking when Fritsch outmarked him? It's like, man, I know you're smaller than Fritsch, but still, man, you could have done better there, mate.
Yeah.
He seems to have lost. Yeah. Not only the fumbles, he seems to have lost that intercept. He used to take intercept marks. That's gone out of his game, I don't know what it is, man. Fuck. It's weird with Q. He's like one of a number of senior players this year that have kind of dropped a bit, and their deficiencies are really showing, man. Q, mate, what the fuck?
Yeah. 2024 stinkers all year.
Yeah.
Last year, really good. 2026 stinkers every week. What more can you say?
It's weird when Darcy Moore's down or out of form or he's injured, Isaac Quaynor's down on form as well. Or when Darcy Moore's playing well, Isaac Quaynor plays well. It's been like that for the last few years, unfortunately.
Yeah. And with Q, I used to, in the past, I would feel confident when he had the ball in hand, and you just don't have that confidence about him anymore. Now it's like, oh fuck, he's gonna fuck it up, mate. Oh.
The hot potato as well with him, brace for the contacts. Take the game on sort of thing. He just grabs it and just handballs it off straight away. Handballs it off to random open space. Sometimes it works. When it doesn't work, it looks shocking.
Jezza Howe took two fucking great intercepts, one-on-one with Fritsch. And he had an okay game. We're asking a lot of Howie, in the twilight of his career, There's no Darcy Moore there, so he's working overtime with Billy Frampton. Look, he did okay. I've got no problems with him, with his game. But did he go forward in the last quarter?
He did.
Yeah. So that's Fly must have gone rocker. I swear, at times in that last quarter, even when we were behind, I thought we were going Presti mode. Well, while we were behind, mate, we're fucking behind, and Melbourne's chipping the ball forward. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
No, we went Jesse White mode that final quarter.
Yeah.
I anticipated Jeremy Howe he was my vault prediction. I said 25 and 8 intercepts, and there was a little period of time where I thought I was on. Look, overall pretty solid. Doesn't change my view on him. I think this should be his last year. It's just the way it is. I've got to look a bit more forward now. But yeah, look, great effort. Seems to be fit again. Contributing. The older head back there, who's sort of a bit of a general role, took a lot of kickouts today. One absolute howler, but a few times he even went up the middle. Look, good solid game. What can you say, really?
Yeah. And on Bailey Fritsch, man, didn't we all just see this coming? He hasn't had a fucking kick. I heard a Melbourne supporter like near me where I was standing, and I just heard a Melbourne supporter saying, "This is before Fritsch turned it on, later on in the game," and he's saying, "Oh, Fritsch is fucking shit. He hasn't touched the ball in fucking 5 games." And as soon as he said that, I'm thinking, "Yeah, right. You watch him. He'll fucking turn it on," and he did, mate. But he got lucky too because fucking Bruzzy got injured. Bruzzy would have. He wouldn't have done that if Bruzzy had played the rest of the game. We all know that, and we all know that Fritsch is. How the fuck does Fritsch score 6 goals in a grand final, man? Come on, man. He's a fucking.
Sean.
He's a fucking spud, mate. The guy's a spud. Like he's kicking goals out of his ass. He's celebrating him like he celebrated his flag. Oh man, why do we let this shit happen, mate?
Astro boy,
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, fucking hell, man. Billy Frampton is. He won't get All Australian. Put it that way. He should, but he won't. They're not going to give him All Australian. But he's having. It's a career best season for him. Another one like Geordie, mate. They're having great seasons, but we're fucking dog shit. And Billy has worked so hard this year. The ball's been coming in, fucking. It's getting bombarded in there, and he's fucking stepped up, man. And good on him, man.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
No, I just think every time I think of Billy Frampton, I think of Manny's line where the Hiroshima bombs are coming in all game, and the poor boy just has to do everything down there, and he's just competes so well for us. And I still can't believe Charlie Dean got a game in front of him.
Yeah. And when Darcy Moore does play, he absolutely just fucking, spoils him and doesn't help him at all,
When Darcy Moore comes back in, Billy Frampton has to be, "Look at me. I am the captain now."
Yeah. Billy has to treat Darcy Moore the way Nathan Murphy treated Darcy Moore. Just tell him, "Get the fuck out of my way and let me do my job, and you just do your thing. Take your intercepts.
Just go in the back pocket, be a tree or something."
Yeah.
Is he in trouble though, Billy Frampton, on that tackle on my check, or do you
No.
do nothing with it? Okay.
I'm saying no because I actually didn't see it properly, but everyone I've asked has said there's no malice in it. He got the hole. He got the hole in the ball. Yeah. So yeah.
Wrestling tackle, it was an ugly incident though.
Yeah, it was, and look, Checkers did the wrong thing, man. He went head first, and I'm only saying that because that's what everyone's telling me. That Checkers fucking headbutted fucking Frampton's chest, and Frampton had to try and manufacture a tackle while someone's headbutting his chest, and he did it textbook, and he got the hole in the ball, and then Checkers went head first and copped a knee to the head, and I remember like straight up, I could see because it was on the other side of the ground where I was, and I could see Frampton like trying to, what's going on here, and trying to help him, and it didn't look good, but at the end of the day, it was sad to see, but that was all on Checkers, man.
Yeah. I think he's fine. Look, I hate to think of a backline without Billy Frampton, put it that way.
Oh,
but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and the arsehole side of me says to Checkers, I probably shouldn't say this, but fuck you, because you went on Tom Mitchell's show and bagged us for not giving you a fucking 3-year contract. What do you want, buddy, mate? Mate, you couldn't even get on the park last year, mate. And you want 2 years or 3 years? Forget about it, mate. And all right, Elliott went down, but the call was you got to choose one of them. We chose Elliott, mate, and that's all it is. He didn't have to go on Tom Mitchell's show and bag us, But anyway, that's Checkers. He's probably going to miss the season now. Unfortunately, he was a warrior for us, so I'll give him that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what I just said, Warble's just gone fucking 100%, mate. Jack Crisp. Jack Crisp is just Jack Crisp. He's has Jack Crisp activated this extension to his contract now?
Yeah, he hit that trigger against Sydney.
All right, so he's contracted now. What, for another 2 because of that, or
not too sure if it's going to be a 2 or 3 year contract, but
someone in the chat will let us know.
Look, Crispy, I love him, but got to start being managed. I think it's just this consecutive games record means nothing now. He's got it. Just be smarter about how you use him in the future. Simple as that. He's still got a bit to give. I haven't completely written him off, but Jesus, just be smarter with how you use him week to week. If he needs to rest, you rest. If he's got a niggle, you leave him out. Like, just be smarter, please.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a big call on Jack Crisp. He's going to be managed / dropped, omitted, whatever, for Adelaide. We'll play Carlton on a Saturday night and a 5-day break against Adelaide. I think that'll be the game he'll be managed.
Yeah. That seems like a bit of a millstone around our necks now. Because he's got this consecutive games thing happening, we just, it'll be such a big call to drop him, Now, he's not in miserable form or anything like that, He's still there getting the ball. He's not the Crispy of old, the Copeland Trophy winning Crispy. But we've got to accept that because the guy's fucking 33 or whatever, that's just the way it is with Crispy. Before I continue on, 80 people listening in at the moment. Thank you so much. It's overwhelming. I wish I could be more upbeat, but after enduring that game, it's hard, man. I'll try my best to keep the tone of the show a little bit more upbeat, but I would appreciate it if you give us a subscribe and the like while you're there, if you can. Bo McCreary. Wow.
Oh,
What do we?
I'll let
Yeah.
Nate go.
I don't know. He hasn't been the same since he got his head shaved.
Yep.
Like, I didn't even notice him lay any tackles, and he's got 11 tackles apparently.
11 tackles. Wow.
They
must count fucking like really like tackles that don't stick, man, for tackles, mate.
He must have been hugging his teammates at half time and quarter time and whatnot. That must count, apparently.
Yeah. It's that combination of gets a haircut, all right, and then that Tasmania news comes out, and all of a sudden it's just kind of like turned him into fucking an absolute spud, man. Oh,
Man, I'm just waiting for more. I'm just always waiting for more with him. Waiting.
Yeah.
I think it's just never going to bloody come. I think this is the player we've got, and that's it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. And you know what? If teams are going to offer him that sort of money and we can get well compensated, I think you seriously look at it now. Yeah, look, it won't be until the end of next year anyway, won't it? But yeah, look, even this year, if a club comes for him, geez, I would be very tempted. If the deal was a good deal, I'd be very tempted. I don't think he's going to take that next step. I think this is the player we've got, and that's it.
Bo McNeely, as Ben Zero says.
Sensational, Ben.
Yeah.
Well done, Ben. Well done.
Oh, man. Look, he had an interrupted preseason. We've always said, Bo McCreary in the midfield, he'll be so dynamic, but it's just not working, man. He will always be that half-forward flanker, that forward pressure guy, and that gets, what did he get today? He got 15 touches. Wow. That's fucking, for him, that's high. But, that's his peak, 15 touches. He never gets more than that. Oh, man. That's, trade bait. Mitch Podhajaski, or however, are there any Polish people? Any Polish people out there can explain how to pronounce that? The pod, kick that fucker.
Podhajaski, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon the J is probably silent. It's probably I don't know. Yeah. He's not a spud, Jay Wilson. He's not a spud. He's good. I'll give him a pass. That goal he kicked in that first quarter, there was, it got us excited. He took it so well, didn't he? That goal. It was like a real fucking confident fucking shot, wasn't it? Missed another one, easy one. I just did not like. I was like, when the teams were named, I was really happy with the personnel. But then when I had a second look at it, for some reason, I just did not like him and Skunk, him and Membry in the same team. It just did not. And that's how it was, man. We just seemed a little bit too slow and tall in the forward line. They seemed to be, they were taking fucking intercepts like it was going out of style, man. And and that was also because of our shit kicking. But when you got Membry and Pod, they're very similar types. It's kind of like you only need one of that type, really. The other one probably should be Charlie West or, someone else, man. But it'll be interesting how Fly goes forward with this. Is he going to play them both from now on? I don't know, man. I don't think it works.
Yeah. I'll just say, like, on MPod, first game, look, I was there live. It looked like he was struggling to get adjusted to the speed of the game. I think a few times at half forward, he got the ball at half forward a few times, and he was going to hit up a lead, right? But just that split second too long, was enough
Mm.
for the Melbourne defenders to come in and intercept. And once I
Yeah.
saw that, I said, he hasn't caught up to the speed yet.
Yeah.
So that's just going to come with a block of games. I'm pretty confident Fly will give him 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, I'm not confident, but Fly should be giving him a good 2 or 3 weeks, show us what he's got, and then we make a call. You cannot make a call after one game. And I know some people are saying he's a spud or whatever. Come on.
Nah,
One game.
nah.
Give him a chance, for fuck's sake.
Leave
Yeah.
Podatsky alone.
Yeah. All right. The man of the moment. The man that came to the club. And let's go back in time 2 years ago. We got Dan Houston. Oh, we're going to fucking kick ass next year. Oh, he's the best All-Australian. He distributes the ball. Yeah, man. And look what we got, mate. Can't tackle. Fucking shies away from contests. But having said that, that's probably not what he used to do back in his Port days. Back in his Port days, mate, he was the bloke taking the kickouts, mate. Short pass to the centre half back, run past, get the handball, and then fucking nail a fucking kick, and they're off. Fuck, man. He's stinking it up, man. And he started the year off well, like the first 2 games. And everyone was saying, oh, Houston, we don't have a problem. But I reckon, Houston, mate, we've got a problem, mate. Fuck,
You use that joke every week, Mick.
We have problems. Yeah.
I've got a question for chat. Are we able to trade him now?
Yeah.
Because I don't even want to see him in our ones. Honestly, it feels like he should get a run in the 2s. I'm not even taking the piss with that. It honestly feels like he should be having a run in the 2s to find some touch. And I just, wowzers.
Now that's the question, that is the question. Houston, all right, we're not playing him. And we say this all the time. And I always say it in my fucking Big Tells Fly segment in the pre-games. I always say it, like, play him how he should be played. Why did you get him? Why did you get him if you're not going to play him how he should be played? Why do you give up whatever we gave up for to get him, man? It seems like it was kind of like a knee-jerk kind of decision because he was going to go to Carlton and then actually we can get Houston. Let's get him. Let's trump Carlton. And we got him and he had a fucking shocking fucking first season. And look at him now, man. It's just not working, mate. It's frustrating, man.
I don't think there's ever been a player with so much like skill and so much weapons and stuff that is just, he may as well not be the same player. It is drastic how different, and this could be Fly, it could be him, it could be numerous things, but I struggle to think of a player who's dropped off more at his second club than what Dan Houston has. Other than a guy that might be, 34 years old or something coming to your club for one last hurrah, I struggle to think of a player with that much quality and that much skill go to another team and be lucky to be half the player he was in his previous club. If Chat can think of one, tell me, because I reckon there ain't.
Yeah. And look, he is tradable because look at what happened with Grundy. He went to Melbourne. After 1 year, they thought, nah, it's not working out. Let's go. But the thing is, if we do trade him, I do believe that we're going to have to be paying him while he's at some other club. And I can just see what will happen. if we trade him. I can see it now. All right. He goes to a club and they play him properly, and he doesn't reach his All-Australian form, but he plays a lot better. And someone said it in the chat earlier. The chat's going really fast. It's hard for me to keep up, but someone said it, mate. I forgot. Where is it? Yeah, sorry, brain fade. I'm trying to read the chat. Someone said something about Houston earlier, but yeah, man, he'll go somewhere else and he'll be played properly. Oh yeah, I remember now. This is on Fly. It's on Fly. Play the guy properly. Fuck, he's not a halfback flanker that needs to pick up a bloke. He's a bloke that plays loose. That's how he is. He's a distributor. And Warble just said in the chat earlier, he's not a good kick. And the reason Matt, you probably think he's not a good kick is because we're not using him properly, man. He's got pressure on him when he takes his kicks with us because he's not being played properly. He's got to be that fucking Dane Zorko type with us, mate. You know, the bloke that just runs past and gets the handball, and we have to just kind of alter our game plan to suit him, and it's just not happening. And it's on Fly. Fly's got to utilize him properly, man. And he's a good kick, man. Yeah. That's right, Peter G. Yeah, go H. Yep.
Yeah, I was just going to say at this point, and this sounds so grim, but I almost hope it gets to the end of the year and he says he wants a trade. I think that's best case scenario because the club will probably never trade him because they won't want to fall on their sword. But at this point, I almost hope it gets to the end of the year. Houston puts his hand up and says, I want to trade out of here. And then at least we can negotiate. We can play a bit of, but we really love Dan Houston. And, you know, he's part of our best 23 and all that. And we can try and get a good, decent pick out of him or something, you know. Because, I think another club will use him correctly and they'll see high value in him. And we might be able to get, I don't know, end of first round, early second for him, something like that. And then just, do what we need to do with it. I think it's at that point now. I'm sorry. I know early in the year he was putting a few games together and people were starting to get a bit excited, but I didn't fall for that at all. I thought, nah, he's still not the same player. I'm sorry. And this last, 2 or 3 weeks, gee whiz, even worse than last year, honestly.
There was a moment, I don't know when, but he held it up for quite a few seconds, and I could see Max Gawn just running to fill that open space, heading out for us to head out of defensive 50. Whether Dan Houston wanted to switch it or go short or just chip it around or whatever, he just bombs it long to an uncontested Max Gawn and just fuck me dead swinging. He's out of sorts. I don't know, man. It's buyer's remorse right now.
And he doesn't look happy himself. He'd be pissed off because he would have thought, all right, I'm coming to Collingwood, the biggest fucking club in the land. I'm going to be the main guy coming out of the fence. And now, why the fuck is this bloke playing me like this, man? Why have I got Josh Dacos next to me that's asking for the ball all the time? And they're mates from their old fucking private school days back in the day, I think. And Houston would know. He would have probably thought, I'm coming into this team with my mate Josh Dacos, who's going to play on the wing. But instead, Fly's just decided to put Josh in the back line, and everyone's calling out for it. Make the change, man. Put him on the wing or in the midfield and let Dan be the man. But it's just, I don't know, man. A lot of bewildering things are happening, man. You know, with Fly. Just that the persistence of Ned Long up forward. It went for so long. And we'll go on to this next guy. Now, Tim Membry.
Oh, my God.
Tim Membry. Now, we've got a kid in the reserves called Charlie West. All right. He's played 2 games and he didn't set the house on fire. He was very quiet. But I cannot see what Membry is doing better than what Charlie West would do. So the logical thing to do would be just to play Charlie West. He's taller. He's a better mark in a pack situation because Membry doesn't take pack marks, even though we kick it to him and he gets monstered all the time. He'll have his odd game where he'll break away and kick 3 goals. But I reckon the logical thing would be just to play West in his place because you'll get a similar output. And we just have to persist with West, man. He needs to be in the seniors. And I don't care if he had 2 fucking quiet games. That's just my opinion. But Membry, mate, St Kilda didn't even want this guy. We picked him up, unrestricted, free, agent, whatever. And on top of that, his bread and butter is supposed to be his kicking for goal, mate, you know? And he's supposed to be a dead-eye dig from fucking 45 out on a slight angle. But no, he's missing it, yeah? He didn't kick. Did he kick one? No, he didn't kick a goal today.
There was a set shot he failed to hit the target or make the journey, and then a minute later, Nick Dacos from the same spot kicks the goal. So a midfielder, he's kicking that set shot, but a key forward can't. Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Preaching to the choir, Mick. Preaching to the choir, mate. Come on. West, we've got to see if get games into him, see if we can get a sharp uptick, just as we've seen with Ed Allen, you know. Played and starting to bring the goods. I know a lot of the argument with West is he's not ready. Yeah, but Tim Embry's finished.
Yes.
That's like so what's the better option there? The guy that's not ready but you can get a few games into, or the guy who's finished? The guy Membry's finished. He's nothing sure in my mind. I was shocked at the start of the year when he was in the squad, Membry. I was shocked that he got injured. He did nothing in the twos and was straight back in. I wasn't shocked that he kicked 3 goals at Marvel, but then I'm not shocked again that he was useless today. Come on, let's just be fair to him. There's certain guys that he obviously feels obligated to play, and I think Membry's in that bunch of players. There's just this obligation. I brought you to the club. I'm going to play you. It might have been bloody part of the agreement or something. I don't bloody know. But we've just got to be, surely we're past this bloke. Come on.
And it can't work with 2 similar types, him and Pod, in the same forward line. It's a no-brainer. Just play West. Come on, Fly. Listen to us, mate. You're having your bottle of red right now after the game, you know. You're probably watching over the game. You should be listening to us, mate. Listen to us, mate. Don't bring Ned Long straight back in now.
Craig, if you're listening to this, I love you. I appreciate you. You got to drop Jared Wade right now.
Yeah. I don't know what. Look, there's speculation as to the influence of Jared Wade, but I've heard Fly say in presses, I've got to consult Wadey for that one. I don't know, I can't remember what it was about, but you know, we're getting players, you know, playing, you know, 60% game time when they're playing good games, like the younger types as well. Like, what did Ed Allen play today? 68%. There you go. He plays fucking, you know, 80% when he's in the VFL. Why can't he do it in the ones, man? Yeah. Dan McStay. What did he do? He kicked 2 goals, 2, but very crucial fucking misses, man. From very gettable, like, you know, pretty much straight in front from about fucking 45. He was good. Yeah, look, he was solid. He's had a good year. You got to give him that. He was the whipping boy for us at the start, but he's doing a job.
Yeah.
He's not Wayne Carey. He does a job. He does a job for us. And what do you say, man? He just more. He. That's the reason McStay's McStay, because he'll kick his 2 goals, but he's not going to kick 4 goals. Yeah, he's not going to have a day out and kick 6 one day. He's always just going to kick 2 goals. He'll kick 2, 2, 2, none. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, none. That's the way it is, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the player we got. Not going to
Yeah.
be critical today. He's been okay this year. You need some bloody tall gorilla bloke in your forward line, and he's just it for us. But at the end of the day, he's a third tall. It's not his fault. Look, he's given effort this year. He's been pretty good. Seems to be fully fit. Chopped out in the ruck a bit today as well. Look, he's just that sort of player. Can't be too critical of him. Structurally, very important. Obviously a few disappointing at the end of the third quarter, very disappointing. Oh, sorry, end of half time, wasn't it? Or
Yeah.
I've forgotten. Yeah, whenever it was. Look, that's disappointing. You just got to nail those shots, mate. Come on. You never bloody missed at Brisbane. You come to us and you got the yips. It's just we know what we're going to get out of McStay this year. We're getting it, and that's it. What's he kicked? 22 goals or something. So on track for 40 odd. Can't ask for anything more from the bloke.
Yeah. He'll probably get his 40, and it'll probably be his best season for the club. Everyone says he was really good in the premiership year before he did his knee, but he's tracking better now. It'll be just nice one day to see him fucking break a game apart, but it's not going to happen, man. He's always going to be that 2-goal player, and we can't expect much more.
Yep.
Yeah. Harvey Harrison. Thought he was okay today. Looked really classy. Threaded a nice pass to someone I can't remember in the first quarter. Looked lively. I just want to say to Fly, I know you're probably halfway through that bottle of Merlot, or maybe it's a Cab Sav. Just fucking don't drop Harrison now. I know you're looking. How do I get Sidey back in this team? Because I don't want to hurt his feelings, but you got to persist with this kid, mate. He's smart, man. He needs games, and he'll come good, man. He'll be like Sidey. He can be like Sidey, yeah, going into the future. Poor guy did his knee. He would have been he would have been a top 23 player if he didn't do his knee. He's come back. Keep him in there, man. He's got exactly what Voidoid says, mate. He's just got to get back into the swing of things, mate. Yeah.
Yep. Give him a bit of continuity. Let him build his confidence up, and that's that. Very, very bad injury, obviously. He was tracking well that year when he started doing a few good things. I think it was Anzac Day. It was like his second or third game. Played a really good game. Obviously, not long after that, he's gone down with the knee. You just got to give him time. That's it. I think I said it a few weeks ago when he was sort of building in the VFL. I think this is the one guy that Fly is fairly confident in. I think he'll give him opportunity. I don't think he'll get dropped. I think I can see him playing every week for the rest of the year. I think Fly does see something in this kid, and he won't drop him. So, yeah, look, he's just got to build. Give him continuity. Let him build, and that's it. He's a guy that we're looking to as part of our future.
Yeah. Okay. Angry Anderson kicked his obligatory last quarter fucking exciting goal that fucking gets the crowd up and about. Quiet, probably one of his quietest games, probably his quietest, but still not a droppable offence. And I do fear that he will be dropped after this. But please, man, fuck, man, he excites the fucking crowd, man. Keep him in, man.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, he's just, oh man, one more preseason. I can see him becoming like a like a giant Newcomb for us, man. Get that tank, going. He'll be a player, man. He already is a player. He just needs a tank, mate. What did he play? 76%. Well, 10 posies at 76%. Yeah. Look, man,
Yeah.
we can forgive him for that, man. He's one of those players, man. You get excited when he's near it, man. Yeah, go
At the end of the day, what is it? His sixth game or something? Like you just got another one. You're not going to, obviously, you want more disposals than that, clearly. But at the end of the day, just got to give him the opportunity. That's it. The magic number, I hear a lot of coaches that they say the magic, and Nate can probably comment on this. He would know better than us. But a lot of coaches, they always say the magic number's like that 30 to 40 game mark, right? You need to get these guys to that 30 to 40 game mark, and that's when you sort of know that, okay, that's enough time for them to able to get a grasp of AFL football and everything about it. After 6 or 7 games, you're just not there yet. So again, another guy, just got to pump games into him, mate. Simple as that. Get the games in.
Trust the process, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Bruzzy, now, what's the diagnosis on this? Can anyone elaborate on this?
Yeah, he rolled his ankle.
I wish, man.
Well, didn't he have a similar shoulder injury that win against Essendon? Like he couldn't lift his arm for the entire game, and I think he only missed one game. So that's the wishful thinking, but this looks way worse than 2022. I think we'll find out tomorrow. The injury list comes out. Hopefully it's not a 2-month plus sort of injury, because he's rock solid for us down back. We need that oomph down back. Someone that's not going to stand for shit losses and whatnot, but it does present an opportunity for someone to be called up. Hopefully it's not a side bottom or a lesser extent Ned Long. Maybe this is the chance for not Ned Long, but a Jacob Ryan or a TJ, to someone that can actually prolong their careers after this if he's injured.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs is saying he'll miss the next 3 games to strengthen it up, and when the season is done, he'll have surgery. Hopefully it's one of those things that that he can play through and then just wait for the end of the season to have surgery. He's a tough nut, and he's had a good year, man. He's fucking stood up this year. In a really fucking miserable kind of fucking strange season for us. Him, Geordie, Nick, Billy Frampton, they've been the ones that have stood up, and a lot of our other senior players haven't, So good luck. We'll probably we'll find out more. Okay. And Jack Buller, please persist with Jack Buller. Don't drop him, please, man. Just fucking. I know. Look, he kicked 2 goals. He had that great mark one-on-one with Maxi Gawn. A couple of quarters before that, I saw Maxi Gawn take an absolute uncontested mark, and Buller didn't even contest it. I fucking cracked it. But it was good to see him take that mark. He kicked 2 goals. Just persist, man. What else are you going to do? You're going to play small and drop him, and what? You just rely on Embry? No. Buller, he's the man. Just persist with him, mate, until we get Jed Walter or whatever next year. But
rinse and repeat. Get him to the 30, 40 game mark, and then go from there. Simple as that. Like I I know it sounds cliche, but that's just how it is, mate. They can't be
Yeah.
playing 10. What he's probably up to 15 AFL games now, give or take. It's not
Yeah.
enough. Like it's just not enough to know if the bloke's got it or not. You just got to get him to that 30, 40 game mark. Simple as that. And
Yeah.
this is probably the position we're in now as a club, where you can afford to give the guy games to get to that mark. And next year could be the year he breaks out. But you're not going to know unless you keep playing him. So
Yeah.
even though in the end today we looked a little bit too tall down there, I hope that Buller retains his spot. Simple as that.
Yeah. Okay, we've gone through each player. I've got a couple of people backstage. I'll get on now. Hopefully, this man, the doctor, will give us a diagnosis on Braden Maynard. Mr. Benny Zero.
Good evening, Mick, and the panel, and to the chat.
Yep.
Far out.
What do you make of Brazzy? What do you think's happened there from your?
He had two dislocations. I got one of my best mates, is a Melbourne supporter, was sitting behind our bench, and he said Brazzy came off and it was popped out.
Yep.
He actually called out and said, "Hey, he loves Brazzy. He's a Melbourne supporter, but he loves him." He called out to him, "I thought you were tougher, Braz." And then next minute he's running back out again, and he's like, "Well, fuck, you showed me." Then he saw him come back, and it was just out again. So it's popped. So I believe the first one was a tackle, and the second one was a landing. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. On the game, Benny, we met up at halftime and we broke the sacred truce that we had to not make any predictions. I wasn't thinking straight, and I said, "I bet you this is a nail biter." So when we do meet up at halftime, we're not supposed to talk about what we think is going to happen for the second half after the prelim. When I said to you, "Oh, we're going to fucking smash them in this second half," and we got what happened there. But yeah, what's your summation of the game as a whole?
Geez, I'll tell you what, after I saw you guys, getting back into my gate was a freaking nightmare, because there was a bloke in front of me. Didn't want to, through the scanners, didn't want to take his wallet and keys out of his pocket. He was making some sort of political stance or some shit. So I'm sitting there. I said, "Guys, I will strip off right here if you want. I just want to get back inside." So I missed the first 10 minutes of the third quarter. Bloody annoyed me. And the coppers were getting involved and everything. For bloody hell. So, okay, what did I think of the game? I felt like it was quite easy to analyse in the end. Ultimately, and we were talking about it too, just the lack of basic skill execution, that just killed me all night. Whether it's a mark, handball to the feet, kicks in front of goal, and bloody hell, some of them were easy. I've seen my daughter kick him at Auskick from that far out and managed to get it, through the middle, for crying out loud. Just some of those chains looked so much better. We were looking inwards. Everyone except Houston, he still was just banging them out wide, and continued to after we spoke about it. When he actually got his hands on it, I refuse to blame the coach for skill errors. That's something the player has to practice during the week. Although I will say, if they continue to execute so poorly, well, then you've got to drop them to go find some skills.
Just that style of play when we were like firing back in 23. That was our thing, fucking handball chains and, and they'd stick, and we'd get the ball forward and Jamie would find some space and kick a bag of goals. And, now it's just so disjointed, man.
There's something I'll run past you guys, and I'd like your opinion. Anytime we've kind of played fast this year, I feel like our skills don't keep up. By that
Yeah.
I mean they're rushing, and then that last kick or that last handball just doesn't look good, is inefficient, or is a turnover, however you want to word it. And I feel like the more we bloody rush, it's not that we're playing fast. It's like we're rushing, and we cannot stabilize, find some balance, and then hit up those targets. It's just not happening, and I feel like it's every time we speed the ball up.
Yeah, yeah. And on paper, you look at it. You look at the team on paper, and you think to yourself, okay, if we're streaming through the middle in our handball chain, we've probably got Nick there. We've probably got Geordie there, Bo. It should work, yeah. It was working fucking 3 years ago, and now it's crisp. It's just not clicking, mate. And it's the senior players too. It's not like we've got some young kid that's like a deer in headlights. No, it's the senior guys. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the word I was looking for. Paul said it in the chat, the composure. We lack that composure, especially towards the end of a chain when we've used all our best players up in the chain. It seems like it. And then whoever's left at the end just isn't quite executing it. I mean, if Bo gets it, it's terrible disposal as of late. I feel like he gets an adrenaline hit and just belts the hell out of the footy. He just needs to take a bloody breath, lower the eyes, and just take a second extra, whatever, and hit someone up or kick a goal.
Yeah, you're right.
Am I crazy? Or is that what people are saying too?
No,
you're bang on, mate.
I agree with you, Ben, but you are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
In the words of Austin Powers, we've lost our mojo. It just feels like our one wood is just not there anymore. And Ben put it perfectly when he said it at halftime. A lot of handballs to the feet of footballers. How many times today were there handballs to the feet of their teammates? It's just fundamentals of the game, mate. Come on.
Yeah.
Shout out
the best teams. They hit the handball at chest height in front of them, and you just run into it, and it just basically it's almost impossible to miss it. We're having to slow up, bend down, pick it up. Sometimes it's behind us, and you see it looks flashy when Pendles or even bloody Lipper sometimes puts the hand behind him and gets the possession, but it still slows you down, and then you got to take your eyes forward. You miss out on a couple of seconds, which is crucial because they come and tackle you then. Very frustrating, that execution. And it probably stems from the fact that we don't do it enough.
Yeah.
There was a coach, I'm not sure who said this. I don't remember when it was said, but when it comes to the handballs and handball receives or whatever, if you don't get it out in front or with the momentum or whatever, if you get the handball received below the knees or out stretching or whatever, they consider that a missed handball or a missed target for a handball or whatever. That's what we're doing. It's just it's a sight for poor eyes with these handball chains. But it has to be done with how the game's being played this year. And we've failed to adapt for so long to this. It's nice to look at. I was a little bit happy with how we were playing, just the skill execution heading inside 50 and whatnot. But the handball chains and whatnot heading inside 50 or whatever, I think it was a necessary thing we had to do. Yes, we didn't get the win, but it is something we can take from this and hopefully improve on after the bye. But knowing Craig McRae, something works and he doesn't do it the following week or the following game. So, I'm a little bit out in the dark on what we do after the bye and how we're going to turn this around. And I still stupidly think we can turn this season around and keep our season alive. But I'm just waiting for that one loss, that penny drop, the tipping point, and it's like, all right, you've got me now. I'm pissed off. Everyone's under the fucking microscope.
Yeah, you're right, mate. I'm about one loss away too now. This was crucial. I mean, last week was crucial, right? This was the next one, and after the next loss, that's basically the season done because mathematically it'll be done. So that's where it falls with me. If it's mathematically impossible, I'll be out. But I'm also not going to be like just dump everyone and put the VFL side in because there has to be some strategy there. We want our boys to learn from the experienced players who are still there, and that system that we're obviously going to sort of carry somewhat forward, whether we make tweaks to it or I don't think it's going to be completely scrapped, where they have to learn it, and they have to learn it with the experience there to basically coach them through the mistakes on the ground. And when someone says play the kids, it can't just be a blanket statement. It has to be defined. It's like, okay, I want to see, like you guys were saying, I want to see Membry out for West because who's going to be there in the long run? Let's invest the games in. I want to see Sidebottom out for Swaddling because who's going to be there in 3 years? You want to get those 50 games up, that experience. That I all agree with that. There's no problem there. You can't just say, okay, let's dump 6 dudes and chuck in TJ, Dematea, and all the guys on top of it and Ryan. It's not going to work. They need the experience around them to learn from.
Yeah. I wonder if it's this emphasis on this defensive game that the guys aren't doing these handball chains enough. They've just lost it. Yeah, we're so used to guarding the fucking territory and all that fucking mumbo jumbo that we never get it. When we do get a chance to do a handball chain through the corridor, it's kind of like a rare thing, and they're just not used to it, and they panic. I don't know. That's what it seems like.
It's a case of use it or lose it, and we haven't used it anywhere near often enough throughout this year. Even towards the end of last year, we didn't. And you forget how to play. You can practice that all week at training, but under the real pressure, when guys are really trying to catch you and spank you, it's not there during the week. When it really comes on, and you've got to get that hand to the footy quickly and hit your target, and you might not have a chance to look around like you would at training because they're taking it easy. You're going to lose that skill because, quite frankly, it's the old gym thing. You use it or you lose it.
Yeah. Someone in the chat earlier said Nick hogs the ball too much. What do you guys think of that? Like, I look at it. My opinion is that he's allowed to hog the ball because of his skill set. Yeah. Please, Nick, hog the ball. Yeah. But there are times when he probably look. You know what? I reckon no. I'll take that back. Fuck. I don't care that he hogs the ball, man. Fucking let him hog the ball. It might not look good when he gets caught or when he turns it over or stuff like that. I'd rather, as Manny's saying in the chat, mate, I'd rather Nick hogging the ball than someone else, mate.
Mick, it's very simple, mate. Nick knows he's on his own. That's all it is, mate. He needs a helper. Kick. Exactly. He's got no Robin. He's got no Robin.
Yeah, exactly.
So Nick, his mentality when he plays a game of football is, it's all up to me. I need to do it all. And he has to do it alone. So yes, he does hog the ball, but look deeper. He hogs the ball because he's the only one that he knows in himself that it's up to him, and that's it. And he does throughout the game. Of course, he tries to get other guys involved in the game, but then when the crunch time comes in the fourth quarter, he gets to a point in the game where he knows he's the one that has to win us the game. Look at the Carlton game. Like it's so obvious. So I understand a lot of people just say, "Oh, he hogs it." Look deeper. He's got no Robin. Simple as that.
Absolutely. And he gets to the footy too, Age, doesn't he? Like he makes things happen. He always tries to make something happen.
All the time. He's always looking to create something. And I know, look, we criticise sometimes, that kick was shocking, inside 50. But my God, sometimes there's just statues in front of him as well. And you just think he's waiting for someone to lead to some space because he'll take that kick. Or he's looking for someone to sort of ride shotgun with him and maybe get a 1-2 and create a bit of open space. He's just not getting it. Simple as that. He has to do it all.
Why can't the conversation be, it's not about Nick Dacos says he hogged the footy, it's why don't other players get the footy enough?
Yeah. Exactly, man. Yeah.
And my big fear is that we're gonna burn him out, mate, because he doesn't have support. Look, there's guys like Alan who are up and coming. We don't know for sure. It's just why I feel like to save his soul and to make his career nice and long, he needs a partner. The question is, do we go out and get an established player? We've got, the Butters situation, or do we go seek the forward? Which one's which? I just feel like, and most of my opinion stems from this, is that I want someone there to partner up with him to prolong his career at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. I've got. I'm going to get him on. Voidoid Generation. How are you, sir?
Yeah, very well. Oh, sort of, but I'm a lot.
We've been ranting and raving, and I know you're a level-headed guy. You're going to come in and you're going to set us all straight. So, what do you got to say, mate?
I was gutted. I mean, when I was speaking to my old man 3/4 time, and I said, "Geez," I said, if we can't just get a bit of separation from them on the scoreboard, then I was a bit worried they were going to just edge in front right near the end, as is wont to happen with us this year a little bit. Yeah. Look, I just think in the last quarter, as much as I was yelling, but it just certain clangers and other such nonsense. You could just tell in the last quarter that when your stars start making mistakes, they're really getting gassed. And I think the run and gun style he's trying to do. I mean, look, I'm disappointed that we lost, but it was a better loss than last week, even though it was an 8-pointer versus a 4-pointer. We played better football. Our ball movement was better. I haven't seen us move the ball that well this year. Like Ben said, we rushed a little bit, and with that, we turned it over, made a lot of mistakes. I don't know if the players aren't up. Some of the players, if they're slowing down with their leg speed, they're just probably not up to playing that style, and that's when they make mistakes. Probably the slow game plan, in a sense, he probably knew that was protecting some of our guys. And now that he's letting them just move the football, they're getting exposed a little bit, maybe with some skill errors. They don't have as much time as they would, normally have. They were just going long down the line.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, just on the topic we were just talking about with Nicky, always being the man that we just fucking turn to. Surely, like, a lot of people aren't a fan of getting Lachie Neale, but he needs a partner. He needs a partner in crime. And I know Lachie Neale's won his premierships. Maybe the hunger for the ultimate success again might not be as burning as it would be if he hadn't won flags. But we just need someone classy next to him. We're lacking it at the moment. Geordie's having his best year for a long, long time, but it's not enough, man. We need another A-grader just so Nick doesn't have to work as hard, and just someone else that the opposition have to concentrate on, which will allow Nick to take another step. And if we were to make Nick captain next year, you don't want him to be captain and still not have someone next to him to help him out, because it'll be another Buckley situation, which I'm praying we don't end up in.
I thought you were about to say Zach Merritt, like a frustrated captain, like in the peak of his career with no help or whatever. So hopefully it's a Buckley situation where it's like the silver lining going forward at the very worst. But yeah, we do need that fucking dance partner for him, whether it's Lachie Neale or Zach Butters or whoever's out there, whether we just develop it within. Yeah.
I think that's a smart acquisition outside of the salary. But if depending on what happens with Bobby, that pretty much just can swap his salary and just move it on over to Neale for a couple of years.
Yeah.
He needs
Oh,
somebody.
Boyd.
If we can't get it quickly enough out of our own development, then I'm not against as a stopgap for a couple of years. Nick bites off. Nick's not. I don't think he's a hog. He just bites off a little bit too much at times. He there's an easier option. He usually ignores. That's probably the only thing. But that's if you were going to be really nitpicking. It's pretty hard to nitpick what he does in week out.
Yeah, because for every he did that in one of the quarters. He two in a row. He did it 2 turnovers in a row going forward straight to. They both got intercepted, but I can forgive that because earlier he's threaded Geordie with an absolute sublime fucking pass, and he did another one as well, and he's hit the scoreboard himself. So Nick's Nick, mate. Yeah. And look, if we get Lockie Neal, a lot of people are saying, Lockie Neal, but all right, just for 1 year, because the year after that, we're getting Rao. We'll probably get Rao from Gold Coast. So there's the A-lister next to Nick that will give us a nice stretch of about maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years with Nick and an A-grader next to him,
Tell you what, if I was Matty Rowell, I'd probably be thinking twice if that's what he's thinking right now. Bloody hell. I mean, this is why it's important that we remain competitive, because that's the only way you can attract some of these free agents and stuff like that. We need to remain competitive. But yeah, look, just with Nick, I understand people are going to be critical when you see him fluff a kick and that, but Jesus, 90% of the stuff's sublime, and that's just that. He's not above mistakes himself. And like I said, if he had a bit more help, I think he'd iron out a few of these little quirks in his game where you're just like, wow, that was a shocking kick, or he's just not getting enough support. It's as simple as that. He's got the weight of the Collingwood Football Club on his shoulders. The biggest club.
Yeah,
in the
it'd be nice
land.
if he could catch his breath. It'd be nice if he could catch his breath, wouldn't it?
95% TOG, I think it was. 95% TOG. That tells you the story right there.
Yeah.
I thought it was really nice seeing, because even though Ed's played a few games, today it's probably the first time I've noticed him and Nick running side by side. Linking up.
Yeah.
And it was so fantastic just to get a little glimpse of what could be in the next few years. And then you chuck another couple of players in there. I really think if we recruit smart in the off season, 3 or 4 key posts, and then a couple more draft picks, hopefully a little more development into the guys we've got, can turn around pretty quick.
It can.
Yeah.
It can. A lot of us get into doom and gloom phases, but you see it all the time, man. What was I going to say?
Hawthorn turned it around quick.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's not, and I'm not I love Houston as when he was at Port, I loved Houston, and I thought he was going to be. I mean, I was excited when we brought him over, but I wouldn't be against seeing if you could get something. If you can get something really good for him, then you've got to be smart.
Yeah,
work out how important a halfback flanker is versus. I mean, if there's some way to bundle him up for one of the really awesome people on the market, you'd have to look at it. You really would.
Yeah. I think with our budget as well, and what we're going to have, we can either spend the money or we can use the draft picks and trade and stuff like that. From what I understand, any first rounders we have, we're going to keep. So if we look at what we're trying to fill and the players we're targeting, there's the Jed Walter, the Lockie Neal. Well, Lockie Neal we'll get for nothing, but we'll have to pay. And Jed Walter, obviously, will have to pay, but there's going to be some trade, right? Because he's not restricted even, is he?
No. Jed Walter's out of contract, so the only kind of team that would have an advantage dealing with Gold Coast. We won down the bottom because they could threaten to walk him to the preseason draft.
Yeah.
We obviously don't. I mean, I don't. Depending on where we finish, we'll have probably 7 or 8 teams in front of us.
Yeah. So we're going to have to trade for Walter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And it's got to.
Yeah.
Players rarely get walked to the draft. Only Stevens did when Port didn't want to trade him to Collingwood.
Yeah.
And they'll ask.
Okay, so
They'll ask for our first rounder as well, and I really don't want to give that up. And I know Jim.
Would you use Houston to get Wilson?
Yes, that's a no-brainer. No-brainer. Wilson from St Kilda, fucking oath, man. No-brainer.
Just putting it out
something
there.
extra from that
I
as well.
love Wilson. I'm a huge fan of that guy.
Oh yeah. Just want to your boy Ed Allen, Voidoid. You've been on him from the start when other people were calling him a potato. Look, I'll put my hand up. I couldn't see it at the start of the year. I saw him play in the preseason games, and he had that 1 or 2 games in and out of the team. I couldn't see it, but I'll tell you what, he every week playing in that middle, he's just looking better and better, man. And
A couple of
I don't
times
think.
tonight, I saw the I had a really great view of the midfield heading forward to the opposite side of the ground to me, and where Allen positioned himself to not only receive a handball, but to have a clear space to either run into or kick through. It was fantastic tonight. His positioning was so much better, and I think that came with allowing him to have more time in there and to figure it out and to make it his own. So big raps on him. He's coming along nicely, and we just got to continue to build on that.
Have you noticed he gets the ball out of very tight spaces?
Yes.
And not only that, he takes possession and actually manages to break a tackle while doing it. He's not just always dishing it out. He's actually running it out sometimes. And
he wants to deliver it inside 50 himself, doesn't he now? Well. That's great.
Yeah.
He's a huge player.
Yeah. He's got that rare thing of size and pace. Yeah. A lot of players, it's one of the two, but he's got both those attributes, size and pace.
Absolutely.
And the only thing he seems to be lacking is maybe a bit of game awareness, but it's coming up. It's coming every week. We're seeing more of it. And
I love seeing him burn off Cozzy Pickett and have the confidence to take a bounce, and that was amazing.
Yeah. And look, some people have been saying, he'll want to go back to Perth. I don't think he will want to go back, especially and today's today's game. I reckon that has sealed his entrenched his top 23. He's in the top 23 for the rest of the year. There'll be no more talk of dropping. Yeah, but he won't get dropped. Yeah, surely.
Well, the thing is,
I want to have that faith.
He won't go to Freo. I mean, he won't get into Freo's side, I don't think, if he was over there. And I don't think he would play for West Coast because a lot of the WA guys have got their allegiances. So obviously his family, he was a Freo supporter as a kid. And I know it's the same with some of the the South Australian players. They're going to only pick their either West Coast or Freo, and it's not going to be either. Yeah. I don't think he'll go to West Coast, and I don't think he'll fit into Freo's side at the moment. So, unless there's he's willing to go somewhere else. But, I don't think I don't sense the go-home factor is a huge thing, to be honest.
Yeah. My only concern is it's starting to get late in the year. Well, not late in the year, but it's mid-year. Still no contract signing. He's shown enough. If he wants to say, I reckon he would be signing in the next week or two now. It's the old adage, the longer this drags out, the less confidence I have now. I just hope he hasn't made up his mind prior to this run of form. My God, that'll break my heart now.
Look, he's got a girlfriend that's a born and bred Melbourne girl, and his brother also lives in Melbourne. He doesn't play footy, but his brother lives here as well. So I'm pretty sure he's not going anywhere. Someone in
Yeah,
the chat asked, doesn't his brother play for West Coast? No, that's not his brother. Same surname, but not his brother. Bo Allen.
if he puts in a few more games like this, he's going to be in a fantastic spot to negotiate a decent coin for himself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If he keeps this up, it's if he does want to leave, then we can sort something out and get a good deal for it. Yeah. Okay, I want to ask you this, Void. You always listen to all the channels, and my channel and Matt from the Warble were very critical of Fly. Where do you stand with Fly after 5 years, a premiership, 2 preliminary final appearances? I'll ask everyone on the panel and in the chat. Have we seen the peak of the Fly era at Collingwood, or does he have another? Do you think he has a second wind in him?
Well, I'd like to think so, because my feeling has been for some time that we prematurely got that flag.
Yeah.
Just towards the end of just right at the end of the supremacy of that list, with a little bit of that, with some of those older guys, a couple of plug and play acquisitions, but I don't really. It still was a rather cobbled together list, and I don't think it's at the end of its development. I think he came in just kind of when there was just a little bit left out of those guys.
Yeah.
And if he can, if now he's awakened to the fact, which we discussed over the weekend on these streams, if he's if it's dawned on him, which I think it did, that the guys that he likes can't take him there from this point on, I do think he'll start introducing these new players, which he's already done. I'm not sure how many players have actually. I mean, whether we count Ed as well, because he's like seems to be a regular fixture now. But between those guys and the debutants, I do feel like right in front of our eyes, we're transitioning the list and turning it over very slowly. I wish he had have realised 6 weeks ago, but better late than never. I think I mean I'm critical of many of the same things that almost everyone else is. I'm probably about where Ben is most of the time. Very rational about it. I don't think he's the worst ever. I think he's got his peccadillos that he's got to work on. Who knows? But we'll find out really soon if he is or isn't the guy to take us there next time round.
Yeah. This is his test now. This is Fly's true test. He's got the early success. Now he's in a position where he needs to transition a list. And this is the test now. Thank you, Fly, for your flag. Thank you for the prelims. Now this is probably even bigger role, because the team he took to a flag was not his team at the end of the day. Now he's got the opportunity to curate the list however he sees fit. And crucial off season coming up now.
Yeah. He's been very vociferous in the past. I want players. I don't want picks. I want players. But it's one of those situations where you look at other teams and they go the whole hog. They go the full rebuild, and they end up being cellar dwellers for a long time. Richmond, West Coast, Essendon. I don't want to go that route. I want to keep topping up and challenging. But then if you keep doing that, you end up. You could also end up in this kind of like a mid-table purgatory where You know, you got these, you know, a lot of oldies, a lot of youngies, but there's no like core group of, you know, mid-20s elite players that win your premierships kind of thing. So he's got a massive challenge ahead of him. And it'll be interesting to see how he navigates it. Because I really don't want to see us go on a full rebuild. And he's said it in the past that he doesn't want to do that. But we might be forced into doing that just with the age of our list. That's what scares me. Yeah,
I think I think luckily with the I sort of liken it to the Hawks in a way when they did very well over the years, just bringing in a free agent or a trade here and there just to top up during their three-peat. You know, they'd bring in a Frawley or that defender from the Dogs. I don't know why I can't think. Brian Lake. That was very successful for a while. But then when he, like I said the other day, he lost that core group and then he kept trying to top up. But the problem is they were actually using draft picks to top up. Guys like Scully, guys like Patton. If you can get them as free agents but still take your picks to the draft, and you can get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But I think luckily we don't have that core group of – I mean, I know we've got champion players. I don't think when our old guys go, I don't think, you know, the Howes, the Sidey, aside from Pendles, I don't think the Howes, the Sideys, the Crisps, I don't think they're the equivalent of, you know, Mitchell, Hodge, Lewis. So when those guys move on, I don't feel like we're completely in the doldrums and rudderless. Yeah, so I think that because when a team's identity is built around, you know, personalities like those guys at Hawthorn, once they go, you're just spinning off the tracks for quite a few years.
Yeah. I'm just all right. Sidey, Howie are gone. Pendles, maybe. He said he wants to play on. He might be gone as well. For example, if Pendles has a couple more games like he played tonight, then the narrative is going to switch and say, well, do we want to see more of this next year kind of thing, you know? Crisp is getting on a bit. Jamie Elliott will be gone. It's a lot of players to fill, man. And we might have to endure, like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe, as, you know, mid-table or lower ladder, you know, kind of positions, man. I want to be optimistic, but you need A graders to be successful, and we've only got one. We have to try and somehow get A graders or develop A graders. I don't know how we can do it, man. Just in the situation we are, it's just worrying. Who we get? Like, everyone's talking about this Jed Walter kid. We've got a chance. We've got a first round pick, and we've got a chance of, you know, getting like a real good pedigree. A real good quality, maybe mid for the future. But if we give it up for like a Jed Walter or something like that, and the jury's out on Jed Walter, you know, and the reason it's worrying is just you look at our past trading, like Houston and Shooter. It's kind of we've gone for, like, you need key play, like a key midfield dominator or a key back or a key forward, and we just haven't gone for the players that we should be going for. I'm rambling on a bit, but I'm just thinking, like, look at Hawthorn. They pick up Battle and Barras. They're the exact players we should have gone for. But you know, we gave up a lot for someone like a shooter or something, and it's left us in a spot now where, fuck, are we going to keep trying to top up like we have been? And that's why I fear that we might bottom out and end up like a Richmond or a West Coast, and you know, have Nick and surrounded by battlers. That's my one big fear, and that'll be the true test of Fly being in that situation.
I'm not against using a first rounder for a guy, like for any player who's like 20 or 21, who's a top end sort of player.
Yeah.
Like a Wilson or a Walter. Because that, to me, that's almost as good as going to the draft because they're only a couple of years into the system. And you might have a tiny bit better idea of what you're actually bringing in as opposed to a draft pick who could be quite speculative. I mean, even though Walter's still not proven, they've had 2 or 3 years of watching him to decide if they think that they can see anything in him. We were talking about this the other day. Like, who would you use a pick on, a Wilson type or a Walter type? You were going to throw away a first rounder. Peter, I think he's in the chat. He thinks it should be Walter. I at one point thought only Wilson would be the player to be willing to do that for.
Yeah,
but even we have to address our forward line first. I think an awesome winger is sorely missed, especially one like him.
Yeah.
And then if you get Lockie Neal and then Jordan Butts is another free agent, you spoke about Josh Battle. Well, there's our chance. Jordan Butts is going to be pushed out of their side when Keane comes back. So he's not a superstar, but I don't really think you need a superstar as a key defender. You just need someone who can play an accountable role. That's what we need to do. We need to just go grab those guys especially if we've got cap space, like we finally do after fixing up the Maguire era.
Hey, what about our are we gonna go and get some sort of stopgap ruckman to play? Because Oscar Steen's not coming back till July, at least, I'd say. How much of a priority do we put on getting him? Getting someone like him who can jump.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge priority.
How do we acquire an experienced ruckman from another club that is not getting a game? How can we, like, through? Obviously, it's going to happen through trades or something like that, because they are out there. There you go, Bailey Williams. He'd be great, wouldn't he?
Jump on it. There's our Apple Watch bloody purchase. Just throw some cash that way.
Yeah. Ned Moyle from Gold Coast.
He used to be in our VFL team.
Yes, another one that we had. That's got to be a priority. A ruckman, it's got to be, because we saw tonight, man. DC. It wasn't only tonight, mate. DC struggles against bloody, Adelaide. A first gamer and a 10 gamer took him to the cleaners. Throw Smith in there.
Bailey Williams has had a fantastic year. I rate him.
Sorry, Voido. Yeah, we can work Bobby into that deal, surely.
We could work DC into that deal. West Coast wanted him a year ago. We could. It's not too late.
Oh, that's a good swap, but they won't take him now, will they? Daylight robbery.
Well, it depends. If you've got to market him, he's a Copeland winner.
He beat the Copeland. There you go. Sells itself.
Yeah. And so how serious, like when they wanted him, I wonder how serious they were. Like that would have been a real kind of like coup there. If we got 2 first rounders for DC, kept Cox, and with these new ruck rules, Cox is playing well with the new ruck rules, and Oscar Steen is doing well, and the butterfly effect means that Steen doesn't do his knee. It would be going all right,
We'd be laughing.
Yeah.
Hey, lads, we're forgetting the great white hope,
Who's that?
Alex Condon.
Okay, yes. That's why I would love to have ultimate greatness with us, but no. I don't know, he's otherwise occupied, but he knows he's all over that one. But Alex Condon, an American playing basketball at the moment, we've got first dibs at him if he decides to have an AFL career. He's Mason Cox size, played a lot of footy his junior days, and yeah, I think he's trying to make it in the NBA. You would think, even if, like in the NBA, there's so much money in that. Even if he gets into a squad, he'd be on so much cash that he wouldn't even give a shit if he doesn't get a bloody game. Or come to Collingwood on a very low contract.
Or you can also go get. I know he's not really AFL ready. He doesn't have the tank, but the Quail Morn from Coburg, you get him as an SSP.
Which one's that? Is that the big African dude?
Yeah, if you just get him, you're just doing the centre bounces, and then you can go have a rest.
Yeah. He absolutely took Smith to the cleaners in that VFL game. Yeah, but he put himself in the mid-season draft. No one picked him up.
Yeah, he does. He just doesn't have the tank. But I mean, like, if you can back in your staff to like help him work on that. I mean, I don't mind those speculative guys as long as you're not using an important list spot on them. Like if you've still got cover where you need it, so they can afford to just sort of sit in the background and develop.
Yeah.
Hey Mick, why
mate.
Alex Condon, as if he wouldn't want to go from Madison Square Garden to Werribee?
Yeah,
I reckon that'll be all right.
Yeah. I know, eh? So we won the centre clearances tonight. Fucking hell. That's surprising. Because from my vantage point, it looked like Maxi Gawn was just absolutely fucking dominating. He did dominate, but we did all right to win the centre clearances. Jeez.
Secondary ball ups, mate.
Yeah.
Ben called it on Pies Footy, I think. That's what he wanted to see happen.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben called it, and then I stole Ben's call, and I said we need to set up defensively, well, we did a good job, man. But the result didn't work out, but I was expecting us to get smashed in the centre clearances, but yeah.
We did get smashed. Whenever Ed wasn't in the centre, we looked awful.
Yeah.
For a young guy like that to have impacted the centre clearances, at least stopping it from just being walked out. Fly really should have put him in from the first bounce because they got two quick goals before he even got onto the ground.
Yeah.
Opening ruck next week or in 2 weeks' time is DC, Nick, Geordie, Allen. Done.
Yeah.
Every quarter.
Yeah. No more Pendles, please. Not in the set of bounces, man. He just gets burnt, mate. Let's not get too critical of Pendles. It was a bad game. I'll tell you what, just watching it, was it Adrian and Ben, for you guys watching it, he just looked like he was like 3 yards slower than everyone else, and his disposal was just horrendous, man. What's going on, man? It must have been Melbourne's pressure was just off the charts too, yeah.
He got pinged twice as well.
Yeah.
They're just things we've never seen with Pendles before. So, the obvious thing is, has he finally sort of lost it? I've got faith that he'll turn it around, but my God, haven't seen 2 weeks from Pendles like that his whole career. So let's just hope. Look, he will turn it around. I'm very confident, but I think it's just a result of how the team's going, to be honest, more than him probably individually. But yeah, a couple of fundamentals, he was just slightly off, and like Benny said, gets caught a couple times. Just look, I'm hoping he hasn't just limped to the game's record and that's it. Like that little bit of edge that he had that kept him going sort of gone. Maybe that was his goal, and yeah, look, hopefully not. Hopefully he can turn it around. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Pendles put 2 performances like that back to back ever.
And don't underestimate the drain that record game would have had on him just the whole week and build up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's going to be tough because every week is going to be a record-breaking game for him. So SP 435 today, SP 436 after the bye, and yada, yada, yada. So I hope he's mentally ready for all
That's
this.
it.
Because I am.
All right, let's look at our next 3 games now. I've been saying, we'll probably win our next 3, but I just noticed that we've got our 3rd game is Gold Coast away, so make that the next 2. Port and then Richmond at home.
Well, you're missing one. You're missing one before Port Adelaide.
Yeah, the bye. Well, that's a guaranteed draw there. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Another draw, I know.
I can't stand these close losses and these close games anymore. Against the bye? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we're going to struggle, mate. But I reckon we'll get the draw. So we've got Port, Richmond, and then, look, mate, Port won't be easy, but I reckon we'll win. Don't want to get ahead of myself. I reckon we'll beat Richmond, yeah? So we'll be 2 on the trot. We'll be still fucking languishing at about 11th or 12th or whatever. Can you see, if we get 2 in a row, can you see us getting a new lease of life? Can you see that these handball chains miraculously starting to work in the second half of this season?
Yeah, I'm actually going to say yes.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, with the next 3, Port and Richmond, realistically, we should win. The problem is we take on Gold Coast up there. We lose that. I can just see Craig McRae trying to chop and change things after a loss to Gold Coast. And it's like, no, just stick fat, persevere, stick with guys like Ed Allen, Rowan Steele, Angus Anderson, you name it. And they're going to learn from it, right? It'd be better if we take it to Gold Coast, or even better if we win. But, stick fat. It's pretty clear we can't persevere with this game plan of trying to stop oppositions and they're running gun games. We've got to try and match it with them. We've got the tools capable of doing it. We just need to be more efficient and train it, execute it, whatever. I have the belief we can do that. It's just I don't think Craig McRae has the belief he can execute that. I think he's looking far ahead towards free agency and the trade period. I still think there's something this year that we can improve on, salvage something, and then make waves if we get to the wildcard round at the very least. But it's just, I've got faith in the players. I don't have faith in Craig McRae right now.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we're in a position where it's a bit of a cliche, but it might be a bit of a 1 week at a time scenario for us. We can't look too far ahead. He just needs to make decisions on a weekly basis. I think in terms of selection and just be smarter about it, things like that. Look, you would say Port at home, Port at our home, we should be beating, but that's not even a given now. Like today was the crucial game. Today was the game that needed to be in our favour. It hasn't been. The boys should be really disappointed, and they should come out and improve on what they put out there today. And we should be betting Port. But yeah, honestly, it's 1 week at a time for us. Can't see us getting a result on the Gold Coast. And like Nate said, that's a great observation, because yeah, he would be tempted if we got slaughtered in a game like that. He would be tempted to lean back on a few of the older guys to sort of steady the ship. But I really hope not. I hope we just sort of persist with the way it looks like the wheel's turning now, where it's just a little bit more opportunity to guys that are probably not 100% there yet. But guys, like I said at the start of the year, that 20 to 30 to 40 game mark, you just got to get them there, kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
I wish the wild card. That cheapens it, like in my eyes. But if that's the rule, such as it is, I'm going to have to eventually accept it. But if it was just a final 8, I'd no issues just sneaking into the 8 and seeing if you can do some damage. Yeah, it'll take me a while to adjust to the idea of being 9th or 10th and playing finals, because I don't think you probably deserve to be.
Yeah, that's the thing. If we make the wild card, like all of us are saying, it's not the wild card, it's shit. But I'm pretty sure we'll all be fucking watching and cheering. Yeah, if we're playing Carlton in the wild card.
We'd have to, yeah. We're going to have to sell it to ourselves somehow by that time, and that's that. Yeah, so then we'll all be hypocrites. But I think. Look, the next 2 weeks, I just really hope we don't make a close contest out of those next 2 games. I can see it happening. Look, tonight, more attractive game style. Maybe they train it more. Maybe they adapt to it, and maybe they can execute it a little bit better. Yeah, look, I'd love to see us just have a game where we really run on top of the ground. It just seems like we're getting to that 11, 12, 13 goal mark most weeks, along with the other side just being around the same mark. Don't know how we did it against Essendon. They must have been terrible for us to have scored 20-odd goals.
Speaking of running on the ground, I'll give you an update on the sign watch. I was looking over at that bloody bench every centre bounce, centre restart, whatever the hell we're calling it. I didn't see the 35 all day, but I only saw the 23 rocker mode come out when the D's got in front of us in that last quarter, and that's when the rocker sign popped up. But in my head, I was thinking, haven't we just been doing this the whole time? Why does the sign need to go up? Is that like a Super Saiyan rocker mode, like super fast? I don't know what he was trying to say. And the worst bit was it really didn't change anything on the field that I could notice.
Was it rocker mode, Ben, or Craig Kelly mode?
Oh, geez, that's true. You know what? They all quit, or all planning their exit.
I know the Presti sign didn't go up, but I'm telling you, we're up by 16 in the third, and he pulled Nick Dacos and Josh off as well. And they were both. Josh was having a very busy game, and Nick was normal Nick, and he took him off when we were 16 up in the third, and we copped 2 goals straight away. So the Presti sign didn't go up, but you're taking off 2 of our main creators, and we copped 2 goals straight away, and that's all that can be said about that, man.
I'll tell you what, we don't need the Rocker and Presti signs. We need Anthony Rocker and Simon Prestigiacomo on the fucking field, mate. Maybe that's what we can do to fix this bloody club. Tell you what.
It's true, yeah. Surely they don't need to put those signs up. Like the players on the ground can kind of communicate to each other. Okay, or the leaders on the ground could say, okay, we're going rocker mode now, or we're going Presti mode now. Well, you put up a big sign, just tell the whole fucking world the tactic, Go, Nate.
Oh, I'm just saying, rocker mode with Tim Membry, who can't kick 50 metres. Come on now.
Yeah. Rocker mode means bomb it long to shooter, but he's got 2 fucking drafts on him.
That being said, guys, what did you think of the forward setup with basically the four talls? Do you reckon that can work for us going forward? Not based on personnel, but just as like a general setup.
Well, other clubs do it. Yeah, it's probably too tall for us, but other clubs do it successfully. My only look, I know you said don't worry about the personnel, but if you're going to persist with Membry, you may as well persist with West instead, because I reckon you'll get a similar output.
Yeah.
And you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because you're getting a similar output and you're putting games into a kid that has got the forward craft, and it'll put you in good stead for the future. But when I looked at the team on paper, I was impressed with the way the team looked. But then I noticed, that's one of the things I said in the pre-game: are we going in too tall? But Melbourne went in tall as well, so here you go.
Yeah, the 4 talls is fine if you're complementing it with elite crummers. Our problem is we're going in there with 4 talls with no crummers, 0. So your scenario there is either the blokes have to clunk as many marks as possible, or the ball's just going to zoom out of there quicker than it came in. And on the evidence of today, it just came out way too quickly, too often. We weren't really able to lock the ball in there for any considerable period of time. It's just, the 4 talls can work if you've got crafty crummers around the ball. I think in today's instance, on the evidence, and look, it's a bit different because like McStay was always going to chop out in the ruck a bit. So maybe let's say it was 3.5 talls down there. But on the evidence we saw, it was just slightly too tall, I think.
Not just with the crummers as well, but you've got to be efficient and find targets inside 50. That we didn't do. Jeremy McGovern, Jake Lever was intercepting everything. So we can't make opposition key defenders look like Djakovic or McGovern or Silvani or Scarlett or things like that. That's because Melbourne statistically aren't a good rebounding side, which is weird because they are very quick and direct, heading out defensive 50 and up the ground and whatnot. And they also leak goals. I think they're bottom 4 for points against this year. So I think the 4 forwards was done specifically for Melbourne to try to exploit them for height. It was weird because in the first quarter and a bit, they were exploiting us for height with their key forwards. So thankfully, they didn't kill us with their key forwards. Unfortunately, we didn't make Melbourne pay with our key forwards. Ended up being a shootout towards the end, bit of turnovers and whatnot, and that's where Melbourne were able to beat us. But we've got to be efficient inside 50 first before we can consider going in with 4 key forwards. But I do agree, if we're going to do this, then Charlie West comes in for Tim Membry 99 times out of 100, unless we're playing at Marvel Stadium.
I think Buller's going to be best as a deep forward. I don't like him when he pushes up the ground. I think he's better at best just to leave him there, try and take a pack mark or a contested mark. He was I liked him. He redeemed himself today. In that, I think it was the first quarter. He had a bit of a brain fade when he was he dribbled it across goal. But no, I think he could be something still. I know he looks a little bit shaky at the level sometimes, but he's got a little bit of grunt.
Yeah. It's just, I don't think I've seen him take like a proper contested mark with, like jumping up when everyone else is jumping up and taking it. I know it's asking a lot. Like you see McStay do that every now and then. But I was, and that's the thing. Like obviously the VFL lower standard. Every time he gets dropped, he goes out and kicks 3 or 4, and he takes pack marks and he looks $1 million. I think we just need to persist with him and just let him go, and I reckon he could come good, Buller. Yeah, and a lot of people, I hope a lot of people don't say, "Oh, why did we get him for? We got him for peanuts." Yeah, we didn't give up anything for him, so it's a free hit, and it could work out, man. Just persist with him. If he gets dropped, I'd be fucking absolutely ropeable. I swear to God, if Buller, Gus Anderson, or Harvey Harrison get dropped, I'll be fucking pissed off, man.
What was Floyd like? And I didn't see the presser. Did he seem annoyed? How did he seem in it? If anyone watched it?
I haven't. I can chuck that on if he's one.
Oh yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we need Matt here, but we need Matt to absolutely throw tomatoes at him.
I know the roast. He needs to be the roast master.
Yeah, let me find it.
Joshy said he was really good on AFL 360 tonight.
Yeah. Just bear with me, guys, while I try and find it.
Oh yeah, Rick's backing you up, Ben, about the 360 interview.
What, it was a good presser? Is that what they're saying? Is that what
Must have gone on 360 to. They usually have the 2 coaches on, I think, on Mondays.
Oh, he went on 360 as well. Okay, all right. I got the presser up here. Hold on a second. Come on,
This is
StreamYard.
definitely one Monday where the team rocked up and they knew if we won or lost. You can't hide behind that one this week.
Yeah. Yeah, he's we'll play Count the Cliche as well for this. Oh shit! I shouldn't. I'm just going to play the audio.
Yeah.
All right. Just bear in mind, there's probably going to be a betting ad before it starts. I can't skip this ad. Here we go.
Is it playing and I can't hear it, or still loading up,
Hold
mate?
on. Hold on a second. What? No one can hear that?
No, I can't
you.
hear anything, mate.
No, man.
Can you guys hear it?
No.
Oh shit! Sorry.
No, my bad. I just thought you were bringing it up, so we'll just be impatient.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I thought we
All
were
right.
waiting for the betting ad or something to
All right.
finish.
Sorry, guys. All right. Why the fuck? All right. Okay. I think it's all right. Just.
Game, I think they got out to 4.
Yeah, all
Do
good.
you think?
All good now? Yep.
It was a pretty tight game, wasn't it? Most of the numbers suggest it was.
If anyone wants to just interject with a comment, just yell out pause, and I'll pause it and say what you're going to say.
Line ball for most of the game. I think they got out to 14 points early in the first quarter, and we got probably the biggest margin. We had 16. Other than that, it was pretty tight the whole game. And, I was just reflecting myself. You don't get much time. I know we need to go and have a look at it, but you don't get much time to sort of take it all. And you just have little moments that you're sort of flashing it out. And when you don't win, you look for those little moments. Clearly we didn't take our chances late when we have potentially a chance to hit the lead with a couple of minutes to go. But I just have these moments of them kicking goals from the boundary line. And we missed our set shots. That's what I'm reflecting on at the moment. We're playing good footy. We're just, as parts of our game are continue to improve. The ball movement today looked a bit better, but ultimately we're sitting here with the same result. We don't get the 4 points, and feels like we're doing a lot right. Yeah.
How mental does it become on both sides?
Yeah. No, it's an interesting one because I reflect on this during the week. I was asked that last week. Our Premiership Cup's already in the cabinet from the close wins. It is. It's got scratches on it. But right now, this is a completely different team. So you're comparing us to a team that had won a premiership because we won close games. This team is not that, and we're deliberate in that. We're evolving. Our list is different. We've got to have new skills and new lessons learned and new heartache at times to learn those lessons. So comparison, I think, is somewhat unfair. But again, that's up to others to judge us on those things. But we're getting to work on it. But we're not there. We're not. How do you take those chances? You've got to put yourself in those positions week after week. There's something small, minor compared to the week before. But again, it's the same. It's the same story. So we've got to take ownership for that.
Craig, at times your handball game was really strong again. You really challenged the Demons, but in that last part of the last quarter, they really once again lifted and challenged you with their intensity and pressure around the ball.
Yeah, no, credit to them. I think they're exciting to play against. I think forever sort of just having throws at the stumps with the ball, just moving it from one end to the other and challenging. And I thought, for a major part of that third quarter, their fast ball movement was.
All right. Cliche alert. He said the first cliche, throws at the stumps. That's one of his fucking main ones.
Yep. Bring up Maddie's photo.
Yeah.
Somewhat of a detriment to them because we turned it over and then there's players free everywhere, and we capitalised on that. We did. That's why we got to 16 points up at some stage. But then they get a goal from the boundary line from a centre bounce. So all these little things. Again, you take momentum shifts of the game. Swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Like you play for another 5 minutes. I don't know what's going to happen. Do you? It wasn't. It just seemed like we're trying to maybe rush a few decision-making things at the end when we still had a couple of minutes and we sort of didn't quite make the most of that.
Do you think you managed that last part of the game well over the last few weeks in those tight situations? Do you reckon your clock management's been pretty good, or do you think there's some areas where
No, we're not at a level that's executing at where we need to be. But they're all different again. It was like, Jordy kicks that goal, we hit the lead, and there's 2 minutes to go. We go into a different mode to see what the game looks like. So there's just little moments, but they're all sort of presenting itself in slightly different ways. Same question, same answer, I suppose. Yeah.
the two major injuries. Firstly, how's Maynard, and then also what's the Collingwood feeling around Myercheck?
Yeah. Well, Bruzzy's shoulder popped out twice, and obviously he's an incredibly brave player. Just his ability to. Incredibly brave player. He comes back on the ground and his shoulder pops out again. But even when he came back on the ground, he was just playing tough, and so that's obviously going to take its own course. Generally, a couple of those examples we've given 4 weeks off to strengthen up. Young Hayes is doing that at the moment. This might be a bit more extreme than that. I'll just wait and see. And then the Checkers one, you saw a response on the field because we love him. There's parts of us that still would love him to be in our building, and he's at a different club now, but we don't lose our love for him. So hopefully he's all right, and Polly and the family, hopefully he's supported well. I saw Will Hoskinelli as I was walking into half time, and he said he was okay. So fingers crossed that it's not too bad.
And Billy Frampton as well. Did you get around him a bit? Because obviously he was concerned.
Oh, well, they're former teammates, premiership players together. So I'm watching it from afar on the screen. That's all I've seen. It sort of looked ungainly. Is that a right word? I don't know. I'm sure the tribunal will have its own look at it and make the decisions around it. But Billy, it was good. Actually good how he responded to have one of his mates go down. His second half was really considerable for us. So fingers crossed for Brodie and see how that plays out.
When the game started, Nick Dacos and Cozzy Pickett laying up head-to-head, we all got really excited.
Yeah.
But then Ed Allen shifted onto Cozzy. How'd you see that move in the end?
Well, because he's such a dynamic player. I was asked before the game, what are you going to do? And he goes, sometimes the plans work and they don't work. But we have, we thought we might have Ed go to him when he was on the ground. And last week he went to Bont for a bit and did a good job in the last quarter, and went to Ed Richards, Richards, in the third quarter did a good job. So when he's got a target there, he's shown that he gets taken to the ball, and he's probably had arguably one of his best games himself. But Cozzy's electrifying, isn't he? And it's hard to keep these good players down for a whole game. Nick had a great game again, and exciting to watch Cozzy on the MCG.
Did he get your votes? They may have been released while we're in here.
Yeah, I'll have to double check that. I think we might have given Gawn 3 votes, but I can't remember to recall at this moment. I have to double check that. Yes, ma'am.
Craig, you're 5-7-1 going into the back end of the year. You got a draw. You got a bye coming up now. What do you do in self-reflection and try to set up the back end of the year? What sort of review will you take back and have a bit of a think about the areas of improvement going forward? Yeah, we'll do a deep dive. We always do this time of year. We'll refresh. We've got a week off. Challenging few weeks for us. Getting close but not getting the nourishment we need. We got an opportunity in front of us. We'll set a new theme for about 4 or 5 weeks when we get back. Players can get some energy in, and we hit the ground running. We're a process-driven team. There's ladder positions, one bit of feedback, and we've got to take that for what it is. But also, there's plenty of season left. There's lots to be played out yet, and we can get ourselves on a bit of a roll and learn a couple of these lessons that we're not quite getting right at the moment. We're showing our best is good enough. And have a buy though. I'd love to go to buy after a win, but it is what it is. We got a chance to refresh and pick ourselves up and then go again. That's the only thing you can do. 88,000 here today. I think is that correct? The crowd record MMD crowd, and these things are starting to make a difference. People are, my brother-in-law and Jai in the room before the game, and the legacy that Neil's left and the family is still taking up. It's a special day. It is, and we're lucky enough to play in it. Melbourne. It was a great game of footy from my eyes. Hopefully those watching it felt the same. Well done to the Danaher family, and there's still time to donate for this. For this cause, it doesn't have a cure right now. Yep.
Craig, what did you make of the performance of your debutant, Mitch?
We're excited for. We knew he'd come in and give us some impact. I had in my head 2 goals would be a nice outcome for a guy playing his first game. Really, he's been here for a week and a half. But Yeah, he decided to snap it on his left for his first goal. We wanted to celebrate that. I think he shows he's capable of playing at the level. Little moments here and there that I'm sure he's going to learn a lot from. It is a big ask to come into a footy club and play 7 days later after arriving, but he plays a role that suits us, and I think it allowed others to step up. I thought Dan looked better today at times, and Tim Membry, they just had, and then Shooter and Bo and these guys in the forward line got to play their normal role. So, yeah, I think we'll all be better for it.
Club one, Craig, and about another Craig really, in Ned Kelly, reports about maybe his pending exit. I'm just sure he'd be someone you'd love to stay, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah, the reports are the reports. The accuracy of that is maybe a stretch. Yeah, at some stage we're all going to choose to leave if we get that chance. Senior coaches don't often get that choice, but yeah, senior leaders in our department have done it before. Graham Wright had an intention to leave, and at some stage I think Ned will have an intention to leave. So do you want to leave abruptly and open the door and exit? That's not his style. So at some stage, I don't know what his contract status is, but at some stage he'll choose to do that and then have other things in place for his exit. So no, we're very aligned at the moment. Our whole leadership department and president, general manager of football, and Craig Kelly, CEO, are all very aligned in where we're going, what we're doing. So yeah, he's doing a great job.
Are you aware of how soon he wants to leave?
No, not really. But I was surprised by the reporting because I don't think that's accurate. But I'll let him speak for his own journey. This is not my journey. It's his. So yeah, we'll just concentrate on getting the footy team to win these close games, huh? Thanks, guys.
That's it. Oh well, it's the usual stuff. So apparently the AFL 360 one's better, people are saying. I just looked at that on YouTube. It goes for fucking 40 minutes or something by the time I get that up.
Oh, I can try and look it up and see if I can tell you where the timestamps are. I'll just mute myself. I'll have a look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, people in the chat not satisfied with that. Manny feels dumber after that.
Yeah.
He's mentioning Bo McCreary. Mate, come on, man.
Yeah, Membry got a mention as well. I heard that snuck in there. Tim Membry, never without a mention. What's he giving us, Fly? It's just one of those things. It's a bit of word salad. Slightly better than what he's given us in previous weeks. He did allude to the fact that, we're not the same team anymore and we're regenerating, or whatever word he used there. Yeah. Why weren't you saying that 5-6 weeks ago, mate? So you're pretty much admitting you were just giving us a bit of fluff a month ago. So yeah, look, it's a little bit of a defeatist attitude, but yeah, I think we're all sort of feeling that at the minute.
Yeah.
It's 25. It's 25 minutes into that video. His interview starts.
All right, I'll get it up. Hold on.
I don't really get much out of Fly's press conferences these days myself. I really just want to see the actions on field and sort of let that, and even the selections actually, and sort of that speaks a lot more lately, at least, as far as this year goes. Yeah, I don't know about the players he mentioned there being up to it. Bo definitely in the crosshairs recently. I copped a lot of flack 3 weeks ago for saying he probably needs to be dropped. Then you got Membry. I agree with what you boys said earlier. I'd rather have a developing player in West giving us the same output. At least we get the development as the silver lining. Yeah, so. Just like his other presses, I don't get a hell of a lot out of it. It doesn't sway me either way. It's the actions I want to see, and they don't often line up with what he says. But I guess this 361 might be different. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't read too much into them. They're very. It's like it's kind of like a PR statement. Like most of the coaches' presses are pretty boring these days.
No doubt
25.
guided by the media department either. You know, they probably say, "Hey, talk about this in regards to injuries. Be vague about timelines and stuff." There's probably a fair bit of what do you call it, debrief beforehand, but you can also just not talk crap. I guess at the same time, yeah.
Voido, did you say 25 minutes in?
Yeah, 25 and 10 seconds or something.
Losing coach to come and join us. Craig McRae, thanks for stopping by.
Can you guys hear that?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I'll start it again.
Yeah, good to see you, Jared, Gary.
Feel like you've been part of something big today?
Yeah, it's an amazing day. I was just saying to Gary off air, you know, the legacy that Neil's left behind, it just feels like we've all got a bit more of a responsibility to step up. And, you know, the record crowd here today and the atmosphere of the blue beanies. And, you know, I know this is a cause close to home for us. And my brother-in-law, Pat, was in the rooms again. So, yeah, the emotions are really high around this day for the connected family. But it's more than that. It's I don't know, I just felt responsible for Neil today, like just to carry the words. I don't often use quotes, but I use two of his, one all week, and then you can't control your circumstances, but you can control your response. And, you know, the way he chose to do that, you know, another one around the way the choices he made around his fight and then the way he turned up and he's smiling, and we've used that as one as well. So a really special day. We're very grateful to be part of it.
Yeah, and I think congratulations to your footy club, and I'll say the same to Stephen King as well. Right from the word go, his allegiance was to Melbourne clearly, but embraced both clubs from start to finish. I know how much respect he had for Collingwood through all of this. So you can't get days like this unless you get buy-in from both footy clubs. And I know the result hasn't gone your way today. You were sitting here this time last year and, you know, you're 1 point victors. So that happens. But in terms of the day, I think both Collingwood and Melbourne should be proud of the way they celebrated and got behind Neil and his legacy.
Yeah, well, I just think, you know, the week itself sort of shows that maybe it's an MMD round, you know, like because it's gone more than just Melbourne and us. I really feel that. And, you know, the blue beanies, you've seen all the players wear them every week, throughout the week at every club. And, you know, you go to Sydney yesterday and watching that game, and it's just a whole. It's got bigger than obviously where it started, which is you know, again, credit to his legacy.
The footy, this used to be your thing.
Well,
close ones.
This is the first time I've come on after a loss.
I know. So
it sucks.
You've had 6 close ones and only won one of them. Are you searching for something in here? Well, how would you diagnose it?
Yeah, well, I just said in my press conference that, yeah, the 2023 trophy's already in the cabinet with scratches on it. You know, you compare us to that. That one's already in the bank. This is a different team. This is different, you know, different lessons we need to learn. You know, repeating some of the behaviours, but also the competition's improved in this area too. And it's just small margins. Like it really is. You can go through any of those wins. Yeah, they had a shot after the siren to beat us, Carlton. Yeah. Like every, you know, it just shows us probably where we're at as a group. Our best is really good. And then we just have moments of, you know, losing something, you know, a centre bounce loss, you know, whatever it looks like. There's just so many little things. But, you know, Fremantle haven't looked back since we played them. And, you know, that's not an indication that our best is good enough, and Sydney the same. We believe in that.
It does give an indication. I call him Pods. I haven't quite got the whole name. But that's kind of representative, isn't it? Like you can wear the barbs of being an old footy club, and I loved your joke through the week. You know, he fits us because he's 27 years of age. But the fact that he's playing inside 7 or 8 or 10 days, what do we read into that?
Well, I just think, you know, Jamie goes down. He kicked 60 goals last year. And we played against the Bulldogs, and we had 6 or 7 players went through that role. You know, we were trying to play a few different players through there because we just haven't had it and haven't had a need to do that in our system. And so then we go, well, we go to the draft mid-season. You know, I'd love to have a trade period too. It gives you more flexibility as a group. But we go to trade period, and we literally pick up a key forward. Going, well, then we don't have to play 6 players through this role. All of a sudden, Schultz goes back to his normal role, and Bo McCreary can put pressure on again, and so on and so on. And so we targeted that. You know, it says a bit about our list as well. I think we're in a transition stage of our list for parts of it. Yeah, injuries to key personnel are hard to replace. And, you know, Darcy Moore and these, no team can replace certain players. And Jamie was one of those ones that was integral to us. So he gets an opportunity. I think he showed what he's capable of. He's certainly a nice finish on his left foot for his first goal.
Planned transition, inevitable transition, or circumstantial transition?
Oh, look, I'm not going to talk about you keep going down the ladder. We're a bit further on.
Next page.
But we're process driven, and I'd like to think that there's small margins in all this, and there's small margins between ladder position too. And so we're process driven. We're here to qualify, and we'll just do our best right now to get ourselves in a position to attack whatever's left of the season. We got there's plenty of season left in us.
How hard is it to qualify from here with 5 wins from 13?
Well, one at a time, Jerry. That's all we can do, isn't it? And then I just said to the players before, we'll get a little reset now. We'll come back, and all we can control is how we turn up on the Monday when we're back, and then we go from there. And there's a level of improvement in us. I know there is. Again, I'll stress that there's a belief in our playing group that our best is good enough, and it doesn't matter who it is. And so there's the game in front of us, and we can only target Port Adelaide when we get a chance back. That's our Neil Danaher response, isn't it?
Yeah. You're going to find out about your list right through your list. So Ed Allen today gets a real good run at it in the middle of the ground, plays on a bloke who's as hard to play on as anyone right now, but you stuck with him and gave him a good crack. He had a good crack at it.
Yeah, and like he starts on the bench and because he kicks 2 before he comes on, there's an intention to go to him when he's on the ground. So those are little things. Again, we as coaches got to own those things, and we got to make sure that we keep improving ourselves. And again, we get Harvey Harrison plays second game. He's now 2 games in 630 odd days, whatever it was. So we will. We've got to find out about a couple of players on our list, definitely. But also we've got to make sure our system stacks up because our fans come here to watch us play well. And again, we're putting ourselves in games, but we're not quite finishing them off.
Because he started on Nick Dacos, all the other way around. They started next to each other, which was a pretty thrilling 7 minutes. But down on the bench, going, "Whoa, this is a bit fraud."
Yeah. Well, that's it. And he's such an amazing player to watch live. I don't know if you guys have the same feelings. I watch the best players; they're so exciting to watch. He can turn it on, and kicks that late goal, and arguably could have kicked the one before that. So, just wish he didn't do it. To be honest.
How's Braden Maynard, whose courage is never questioned, but his capacity to come back on? We can watch Cozzy highlights, but I'm interested also in how Braden's tracking.
Yeah, well, he's his finishing, but Bruzzy himself, his shoulder popped out, and it's just incredible that not most people they're done for the day. And then I turn around, I said to Crispy, "You're gonna have to go back now, mate." And he goes, "Yep, no worries." The next minute, Bruzzy's there getting back on the ground. I go, "This guy's insane," and so he's an incredible leader for us. His body's failing him in this area, and he goes back on and does it again. But the minutes before he did it again, he was playing so tough.
No, he was. He was unbelievable. There was a footy there that he ran through the middle of 3 blokes. But in the end, I guess, so the decision to put him back on, given that it already popped out, is that he can't do more damage, or how do they?
Well, I can only comment. It's probably the least thing that I should answer here because it's not my expertise. But young Will Hayes popped his shoulder out a few weeks ago here, and there's a process of strengthening up and then see how it goes, and then if it goes again, you have an operation. That's probably my layman's view of how it works. I don't know. Bruzzy's a different beast. I don't know. I don't know how this works. But I assume that there's enough damage now that would ask a question whether he needs an operation or not, and again, I'll leave it up to the experts to do that. Yeah.
So that adds to Darcy Moore not being there down back at the moment. What's your best case scenario with the skipper?
Well, he's overseas in a bit of a training block. He's headed over to America and trying to get himself in a state of to be available. Now, I don't know what the timeline on that is, but there's plenty of room left in this season. While there's a breath, we're going to be taking the oxygen where we can, and we believe, and we'll keep striving to get better every day. And whether what are we 11th or 12? Well, it's not enough, so let's get better and get to 9th, and let's get better, and whatever it looks like. That's been our mantra for as long as I've been in this chair, and that's all we can control.
And then for the future, in the back part of the season, you have to be active in the market now. How active are you to improve your lists at the end of the season?
I'm impatient. I'm impatient to get the right people in their environment, and also get the try to get our list to a state where we can compete. That's exactly what our intentions are, and we'll work to whatever that looks like.
Lockie Neal part of that?
Well, you'd like to think anyone free agent that hasn't signed, we've got some sights on, and some you feel like a little bit more deeper in the market than others. But again, there's a lot of out of your control. But we'll days like today, if you're watching at home, you're a free agent, like ANZ Day in these days. I'm sure there's an attraction to that.
Craig, it's good of you to come up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy a little breather.
A little breath.
We'll see you take your oxygen and see how far you can get from 11th.
Thanks, guys.
Good on you. Craig McRae, the Collingwood coach.
That was it. I'll tell you what. I like the fact that he's open about getting free agents. He's like straight out, like, yeah, I'm impatient about that. I'll give him that, yeah. But yeah, he's still got the same old cliches, getting better and all that, work in progress and all that. But yeah.
You can't look to the presses for substance from Craig McRae. It has to be in the action, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's they're sort of anodyne, right? But yeah, look, he knows where we're at. We've got to make a fist of it. I don't even think it's not even about finals. Just see where you can get by the end of the year, how far it takes you. If it takes you to 11th, then so be it. But you know, I'd like to think we're into every free agent, like he said, and I hope they're looking at all of them.
Yeah. Do you think it's worth just fucking, like, if we're in a position, let's say we're like 12th or something like that, and we've got 3 or 4 games to go, and would you rather strive to make the wild card round, or just play the kids and sacrifice winning games and get an earlier draft, first round draft pick?
That's a good question.
Because
depends on
really,
form. If it's like the 2024 form at the end of the year, then yes. If it's patchy, then no. In 2024, I think we could have actually made a bit of a dent in the finals if we had have snuck in.
Oh yeah,
it just depends. It depends if how desperate we are to get another week of football. I mean, the draft pick itself probably won't be much different between 10th and 11th or 12th.
Yeah.
I don't know what Ben thinks.
Yeah, there's the important factor as well is that winning culture. You don't want to let it become that old school tanking mentality, and then you're like Melbourne for all those years where they just could not get out of it. I don't know if it was fully mental or just the list or just the turnover of coaches and nonsense going on. Yeah, if we can get, say you add West and you add Swaddling into this current team that's playing, and you get them to play a cutthroat final or two, that is fantastic experience. You can't buy it; it has to be earned. That's worth a lot going forward as well. And like you said, the draft pick, is it going to change a hell of a lot? Mate, the draft's not my expertise. I don't follow the players coming through. That's for Sean and Milkshakes and the other guys and yourself who kind of follow all that stuff. So I don't know. I could be convinced either way, but I like the idea of heading towards winning and that winning mentality. And getting that experience of finals into these young guys, because a final is worth 10 games of experience just about. And when you then have a good team who's up and coming, you don't look like Adelaide last year who don't know how to win a final because none of them have played one.
You're right, Ben. Once that rot sets in to a North or a Richmond or an S or not Richmond back in the old days, or an Essendon, I do think it's pretty hard. It's hard to get it out of the group. Melbourne struggled with that for a long time, in the mid 2000s when they started trying to bottom out, and then they just couldn't bring in a winning mentality into that group. So I think flirting with that's always dangerous. I think a win's probably more important than just getting one pick lower in the order. So long as Fly just doesn't try his brand of humour if he's trying to get Jordan, butts and make some sort of weird pun about the gluteus maximus or
No looking for trades and free agents on Tinder.
No, saying I pinched him on the butts, and and hopefully he wants me to pinch him on the butts again.
Yeah, look, I think that's the way you go. Look, you just keep trying to top up the best you can, and if you hit a wall and you end up fucking up and finishing bottom four or getting the wooden spoon, so be it, mate. But at least you could say you just tried to top up, because bottoming out, it's just not the way to go, man. you see what it does. Look, you look at, as you said, man, you look at someone like North Melbourne, years upon years of just, nothing. And they're getting all the high picks and nothing's happening,
Yeah, but look at them now. Those guys, they're all like 23, 24, 25 now. And
Yeah.
Zerha's even older. See, those guys have all played together for, 5, 6, 7 years, and they're not, and they just got belted again on the weekend. I mean, I'm glad we don't get humiliated like that.
Yeah.
It's
it's been a long time since we've been belted that hard. Yeah. It's just
you just got to be careful with it, because Richmond's the same. Richmond thought, you know what? Let's get rid of all our senior players. Let's bring in all these kids, and then we'll reload again in 3 or 4 years. But then sometimes you just don't get a choice. It's not that simple. It could be 10, 12, 13 years if you really muck it up. Yeah. And as Richmond are finding out, all these young kids having to play every game, and they're getting injured.
Yeah.
Because there's just no experience around them. So you've got to do it methodically. You can't cut too deep. I mean, if you've got absolutely no choice, if your team's going so bad that there's nothing to lose by cutting too deep, but I don't think we're just a middle tier side, and Geelong were a middle tier side in 2023. They looked shot in 2023.
Yeah.
And then 2024, look at them. They're shot straight back to the top 4 again. And their model seems to be to sort of not contend for 1 year every so often, and then reload with a few free agents. That's what we've got to do. Yeah.
Gentlemen, I have not eaten since about 12 o'clock earlier today, and I am starving. I'm going to call it stumps, to use a fly term. I'm not going to throw one at the stumps. I'm going to call it stumps. All right, Stefanos, there's Boris. There you go.
Oh, hey, Boris.
Yes, I'll ask Matt. He's in the chat. Are you going to do a stream after me? I'll just wait till he answers. If he does, we'll get everyone on there. Yes, Matty, it's a cat. It's a gato. What can we say, man? We've got Port on, it's a Saturday night on the 20th. How good's that? I'm on leave at work too. Beautiful.
And that's in Melbourne, right?
Yeah, it's at the G, yeah.
We usually give them a good working over whenever we play them at the G.
Yeah. And just, see what happens, man. All right, Brazzy's out. Parker's a like for like, yeah.
Or do we risk the swads?
Yeah.
On half back.
Yeah. Look, if it was me, I would. Yeah, I'd bring. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, put it this way: Pez is back. Pez is going to be doing Brazzy's job now.
It's
TJ,
1 in, 1 out, isn't it? Bloody hell.
I think we need another tall. I think we need a puncher or a TJ or even a even a Ryan or someone like that. I think if Swaddling comes in, it would have to be for someone else.
Yeah.
And who makes way for side bottom?
Yeah. I know, eh? Well, look, it'll be Harrison, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, it will be, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the only one I'd like to see is Membry out for West, but that's not happening. But yeah,
I'll be interested to see what he does there. That'll tell me what's in his mind for the rest of the year at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's so good about Port's forward line, Peter G? What's going to stretch us? What's he talking about? If we include TJ, you're really big on TJ, aren't you, Voidoid?
Oh, not Ed Allen levels of big. Just a very gradual amount of bigness.
That's a very coach
growing.
response, bro.
Yeah, I live in process with TJ.
Yeah. And I couldn't see it with Allen earlier in the year, and he proved me wrong. And
I'm less sure on TJ. Like Allen, I just saw it. I saw a genuine Bont danger type there. TJ, it'll just be whether he can pick up the fundamentals of the game. You know, he's got that thing we're missing. We just don't have drive off half back, and we just I'd even love just to stick the ball in his hand and just say, just run. I don't care if you turn it over here and there. Just run and run 30, run 40, then boot the ball.
Yeah,
but we'll see. And Jacob Ryan, you know, I don't know what I think about him. I go back and forth a lot.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to have any weapons. It's kind of like mark the ball in the forward pocket, short pass it to someone, and that's it. Like he's not an intercept marker. He does seem to have a bit of running in. He can go for a run and kick it long, but he doesn't seem to stand out with any big weapons or anything like that.
He'd probably give us a little bit more in terms of, as a defender, not as a kicker, but as a defender, he'd give us a bit more than Houston at the moment. Because I think Jacob Ryan, he can at least defend one-on-one.
Yeah.
And at his best, he can do some pretty good exiting defensive 50 kicks, but I just don't see him take it on when it's against a real team.
Yeah. What does that mean, Matty? What does that okay mean? You're gonna start a stream, mate? If that's the case, we'll do a nice seamless transition.
We're gonna do a stream, and we're gonna stay on until our next win, which might be round 16.
Matt's going for another marathon, starting from straight after this. You're a mod, Matt, so if you want to get that link up, and we'll get everyone there. We'll ramble on until you get that done. Yeah. Bring in Houston and Pez. It makes kids Ryan and TJ redundant. Who else we got in the
Pez is
twos?
worth every minute, though.
Yeah. I know. How good was he? His first game back after 4 weeks out, and he's just come in and classy as always. With Pezza, I've always had this dream of him being in our midfield, but now with Bruzzy down, we're going to need him down back.
It's a big dream now, yeah. And I thought the same, especially because he was advertised as that sort of bloke too. But he's really solidified himself as that backman now, with cameos in the middle against Nasaya, Wanganeen and Miller, and that was a great day. But in general, he's made himself too damn valuable up the back. And when guys like Howe retire, he's not exactly the same, but he takes a mark. He takes an intercept mark. He gathers loose ball. He gets to good positions. Rarely gets beaten. He's kind of cursed himself to be a solid backman for us, hasn't he? Pretty much a lock.
Am I alone whenever I watch the game, I can't see his face. Like I can see him running around, but I can't lock onto his face. Like it's like he's invisible.
Super chameleon like, just that average face that blends in with all others. And I don't mean that derogatory wise, like below good, you know. I mean, he kind of just blends in and disappears. You're right.
Frampton's not getting suspended, Peter G. It's not happening, mate.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
No, that was a regulation tackle.
Yeah. Manny, what's going on, buddy?
Bloody Kazitsky for that trick.
Manny, you're on.
Manny, you're off.
He was on for a bit.
Yeah. And also we didn't talk just quickly. That was a shocking call when was it Ryan Steele that got the arm chop in the last quarter?
Yeah.
They tried to square it up by giving Geordie a more impossible shot on the boundary line. Yeah.
God.
Everybody, the Warble has put the link in for his stream. It's going to be starting straight after I finish up. It's in the chat there. Jump on, all 60 of you. And I might jump on a little bit later after I've had my late dinner. I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. Wish it was in better circumstances. And that's about it. Thanks, guys. Nice to catch up with you again, Benny and Adrian. And Voidoid, thanks for jumping on.
No worries.
No worries, Milkshakes. You have a good week as well, mate. Thanks, Adrian. No worries. On to the next, mate. Onwards and sidewards. Here we go.
Thanks, Mick. Thanks for tonight, mate.
No worries at all. Thanks, MD. See you guys. Catch us later, and see us on Warble's stream. I'll probably jump on after an hour or so. See you guys. Thank you. Catch us later.